Welcome back, everybody, man, to a very, very, very special interview with a very magnificent and very special person that you can see by the way he is dressed. He needs no introduction. I can certainly take some fashion consultation tips from him. And that is the one, the only, one of my favorite YouTube channels, SinFul The P. And I'm just, man, so ecstatic and glad to have him here. We talked several times for a long time, man. And he just, there's nobody like him on YouTube. I can tell you that for a fact. And we just got him, man, to bless us for some of his time today to just share some knowledge and drop some knowledge that he has done with me personally. What's going on, SinFul?
Oh man, I'm just glad to still be here in the land of the living. First of all, I'd like to tell everybody I ain't shit. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna never be shit. And if I ever do become shit, I got lucky. Or God has just been good to my dumb ass. Now, as far as Oshay, y'all know he that nigga. He can speak in this lane, that lane, this lane, that lane. He gonna hit you with some controversial, then he can get intellectual, then he can get comical. The nigga just all over the place. So it's a pleasure and a blessing for me to be on with Oshay.
All right, man. And again, everybody knows you as this. We have 6 people watching right now. And I just want to talk to you about this thing because we was breaking some game down to me. And you have some videos like you've been through some things in your life. And one thing we were talking about before we get into that, let's just kind of talk about you and what you've been through, man, because you have an interesting story about how you are to where you are now. If you don't mind, man, kind of just break the game down a little bit about who is SinFul for people who might not know you.
Well, SinFul is just a dumbass nigga, you understand? I'm just playing. I'm from the southeast side of Chicago. I am 33 years of age. And, pretty much I grew up, in a one parent home with my mother. My mother grew up, just kind of like the same way. But my mother, even though my mother was my mother, we kind of had like a son mother relationship, but also kind of like a best friend relationship. And then as I began to get older, I had to basically evolve quick, and I got involved in holiness quick, once I got involved in holiness, of course, I was a young minister at one time in my life. So, you got so much to talk about with me as far as difficulties and adversities and things like that, in the ghetto, you know what I mean? Coming out of special ed, learning disability, learning disability, behavior disorder, just young and out there. And then once I got involved in, spirituality, pretty much like a year later, I was in the ministry. And pretty much, after that, some things, of course, had occurred, in the church, and I backslid from that. And once I backslid from that, I left spirituality and went to carnality. And to make because we'll be all day talking. Any question you want to ask, you got me. Okay. But after I went from that, immediately I just kind of like went to Las Vegas, and I was there for about 2 years. Okay. Before I got into the game, before I started becoming SinFul The P. But before SinFul The P, I was just like everybody else in this comment section. I was pretty much just a square.
Okay, just a square. And you are
I'm still
the square. You're the best square.
Well, no, I'm not the best square. I'm the greatest square that has ever lived. Don't get me talking shit. I'm just good at talking shit, but I'm the greatest square that it has ever lived. Some people brag about being a street nigga. I'm the greatest pimp. I'm the greatest Mac. I'm the greatest player. I'm the greatest square that has ever lived. So whatever question you got, I got you. Come on.
Okay. Because again, man, shout out to Ill Wills for the $2 super chat. Thanks for the content. Greatly appreciate it. And for those people, my man, before we get more into this, I want everybody to subscribe to SinFul. If you've never subscribed to him, he has a new channel, SinFul World. Got some haters trying to take down his main channel, which is over 20,000, but we're going to talk about that also. So I need, for those people who have not subscribed to Sinful World, do me a favor.
The Sinful. The Sinful World. THE. Yeah. I even type it in for him.
Okay. And then moderators, his channel is actually in the description. What we want to do right now, if you have not subscribed, go ahead, brothers, and press 1, and then I'm putting his link. Hit the subscribe, and then click the link, hit the bell on my man, get some really good live streams. Let's talk about this, Sam, because you were in the church, preaching, evangelizing, and we can hear because you got that kind of tone. You sound like a preacher, even when you on your, the game type of talk. You come off as it's just naturally in you. You're playing the organ, you're doing all these things.
Playing the piano, playing the organ, singing, preaching. Yeah.
I want to know, nigga, how do you get from that to like, bitch, get out, get my money? You know what I mean, how does that go? You know what I mean?
Well, and even pretty soon, I was going to actually bring a video pertaining to that. But, prior to that, even getting into holiness and receiving salvation at the age of 14, December 26, 1998. Prior to that, of course, like I said, I was in special ed. I'm calling myself being big and bad enough to do what I want to do at the time. I, of course, don't have a father in the home. And I'm, just out in the street, the typical youngster out in the streets, endeavoring to get into something. And once I came, into spirituality, and I began to develop a desire to want to read, to want to study, once you get involved in something like holiness or spiritual, because no matter what denomination you're in, or if you're not even in a denomination, whatever spiritual belief that you have to refrain and abstain from participating in certain things in order for you to obtain and maintain certain things. So if you want the anointing of God, if you wanted a blessing from God, we was taught that you had to make a sacrifice, for God won't send a fire down on an empty altar. So you have to sacrifice fornication. You have to sacrifice masturbation. You have to sacrifice oral sex. You have to sacrifice anal sex. You have to sacrifice having a girlfriend. You have to sacrifice being in conversations, where it's ungodly and you getting into a continuity of using profanity. You have to, anything that didn't exalt Christ, you don't want to participate in. And whether people know it or not, this is actually preparing me, for even the lifestyle, later on, simply because in that you still have to be, you got to be a diligent studier. You can't be an idiot, Now, because you represent Christ. So you're taught to be the best informative representative of Christ. You want to be an ambassador of Christ. So you need to study pretty much everything, and then you're taught how to, like I said, as far as abstinence is concerned, even in the pimp game, once you get into that lifestyle, not saying that you can't have sex, of course, pimp gonna have sex, but at the same particular time, because you have to do what's vital to your title, you just can't do anything and everything, even within that lifestyle. You have to be able to deny your flesh. You got to be able to deny carnality to be able to do what's vital to your title in that lifestyle. So I was already being mentally conditioned as a teenager, to abstain and refrain from, being, a slave to the womb of a woman. So I was the perfect one actually to participate in a lifestyle like that, because everything that I've done, I'm gonna do to the extreme, and I'm an extremist. So what else question you got? Because you look like you want to ask on them.
No, because I'm just listening to this, man, and I'm just looking at the chat. Everybody knows who you are, man. So again, I'm grateful that you're here. So you make an interesting point that, because I've heard, we talked about this a little bit earlier on the phone, when you were preaching and evangelizing, you were having to stay away from, you looking nice, like, you get that nice suit on right now. You have to do the same thing when you want to go preach, abstain away from the women and stuff like that. And so when you transfer into the game, everybody thinks like, you're sharing some game, like, you don't, just because you have a female working for you, that don't mean you fucking on her. You know what I mean? Is that what you're saying? Like, because it was the same discipline that you got as a preacher that you were able to transfer into the game, right?
The same mentality that you had, in spirituality, you have to have that same mentality in some capacities in carnality. That's what I'm saying to you. I'm saying in order to be successful in the streets, you have to be a disciplined gangster, a disciplined D-boy, a disciplined pimp. I'm talking about those who are successful in the streets. There's a certain way that you have to be conditioned mentally if you want to be successful, in the lifestyle. You got to abstain from drugs. Those drugs will hinder your thought process. It'll minimize your greatness. The pimp game is a thinking game. As a man thinketh, so is he. The word taught that. So if you minimizing yourself with drugs, if you minimizing yourself by having a heavy consumption, you know what I mean, and fornication, this is all going to lead to the location of going nowhere fast. Why? Because the scripture even told you what? To be temperate in all things. So if you like heavily getting involved even in the pussy, you know what I mean? The power of your game is even being minimized and decreased. As that nut leaves, as that, that protein leaves, so does that mental power as well. So it's just a lot of things that even in the game, you have to abstain from. You got to refrain from if you want to obtain and maintain, because if a woman was to actually see that you enjoy that, or you in love with that, or she can control you with her pussy, then yeah, you ain't gonna be no successful pimp. If a woman, even in a marriage, if she's a minister, if he's a pastor, if he's an evangelist, if he's a bishop, apostle, if his wife can see that his or her pussy controls his life, he's not even gonna be effective in the pulpit. She gonna see him as a religious hypocrite that just preaching bullshit behind the pulpit that she can minimize at any given time. All she got to do is suck his dick and fuck him, and she can make him preach any goddamn thing that she desire. So,
Let me ask you this, though, Sam, because you were preaching, playing, ministering, singing, and although you were taught to abstain, I'm pretty sure that you were getting women that were mesmerized by the speaking ability, because everybody listens to you, how fluent you're able to pull. You have a way with words, you have a way with people, you have a way with speaking. So people really are naturally drawn to how you talk. What was the temptation of women that were just trying to throw themselves at you as your popularity in the ministry were growing? Did you ever succumb to that, or how was
that? You talking about the temptations when I was saved?
Yes.
Oh man. In the church or outside of the church?
Both. Because we're talking about when you were preaching right now. We're gonna get to the other part later. When you were preaching.
When I say inside, I'm speaking of the days when I was saved. But what I'm saying is, are you speaking just inside the congregation or outside the congregation? Because I went through temptations. Yeah, even within the congregation, you had. I mean, listen, when you can sing, or play the piano, or play the organ, or you can preach, getting religious pussy is about as easy as breathing the air of God. Okay? If you can preach or teach, if you can hoop, don't be a hooper too. But if you can hoop, you know what I mean, and you're powerful when you speak, sisters are gonna come from left and right trying to, first they might play religious games with you, because just like in street games, it's religious game. So you got people in the church that'll come up, women in the church that'll come up to you. Well, Minister Gilmore, I just want to tell you that I was blessed and I was edified by the word of God. And, I just want to know, is it okay that we can exchange phone numbers, information, so we can pray together, so we can study together, so we can fellowship. And because at that time, I got to be truthful,
Right.
because at that time, I was so consecrated. And at that time, I was so dedicated to God. If I felt the spirit of flirtation, if I felt that this sister was, using the word deceitfully to manipulate me into communicating with her, so we can speak about things of carnality, I wouldn't indulge in that. I gave sisters like Muslim hugs, after service and things like that. As we used to call it. I didn't sit up there and just touch them on their shoulder because I didn't want my name, as the scripture says, I didn't want my name to be evil spoken of. So I didn't make provisions for my name to be evil spoken of. So I wouldn't even get involved, with any type of carnality. As far as like in high school and school, you're going to have girls all the time. Like, how come you don't have no girlfriend? How come you don't have, no woman? What's up with you? You always, because during the time where all the children would be at lunch and they in the cafeteria eating and roasting, everybody know Dunbar Vocational High School on the low end in Chicago, they down there roasting. Mm-hmm. And during this time, I'm reading the encyclopedia. I'm in the Word, so if you wanted to have a conversation with me, it was going to be pertaining to some academics or holiness, just, something that's productive, mm-hmm. Mentally productive. I wasn't going to get involved in that. But man, pussy was being thrown left and right. The Baptist church, Pentecostal, Presbyterian. When you're an evangelist, when you evangelize, right, women start realizing that they need to open up their thighs to you. That's what it just seemed like. You know what I mean? He could preach, he could sing. I could see him in the future having 20 or 30,000 or 50,000 people. So let me get involved with him. Okay. He's powerful. It might not even be because you're just so handsome. Women like to gravitate to powerful men. And when you're speaking and people are on one accord listening to you, agreeing with you, it makes you powerful. It magnifies you to the young women. So naturally they gravitate to a man that pretty much is obtaining and maintaining power in the church.
So I can't, because I was never involved in it like that. I was kind of like a bench member that observed a lot of shit. But okay. But what you're saying is definitely right, because I know that my brother is a preacher. So I saw his kind of, but I think he was giving in to it though. He was, I can't tell you what his name is.
You stupid.
But he was kind of probably trying to give it to it. But let me say this though, Dad. This is what I want to know, because you went from probably going to be, at the rate that I know your ability, you would have been like one of the next big, at least big preachers and wherever you were at, Chicago young pastors. Then something happens where you get involved in something else. So kind of tell me, how did you go from being an upcoming preacher?
Well, I'm going to say this. I wasn't an upcoming preacher. That's what I was. I evangelized. I know what it's like as a young teenager to be on the radio, to go, from congregation to congregation. But to wrap it up in a nutshell, at that time, I was so dedicated to what I was involved in. And when I seen a lot of people that I looked up to and had a lot of love for, when you possess the love that you profess to have for people that you consider to be high and mighty, and you catch them in some type of hypocrisy, it could be heartbreaking. Okay. It's damn near like you ready to lose your life, because these were the same people that you were willing to jump in front of a bullet for. These were the same people that you would have gave your last dollar for. These are the last people that you would have made countless innumerable sacrifices for. And when you see somebody that compelled you to go greater in Christ, that told you that you had to do this and do that and abstain from this and that, because you got to be real. Let's be real with this. On prom night, I wasn't at prom. On prom night, I was preaching to nearly 6,000 people on prom night. You know what I mean? So on my prime, I wasn't fornicating. You know, I was just all about Christ at that time. And when I seen hypocrisy from people that I thought that were the best definition of the anointed of God,
Mm-hmm.
it was heartbreaking. And then to have being lied on, you know, because just like jealousy is in the streets, jealousy is also in church.
Mm-hmm.
And in the streets, if you in a dope game, the pimp game, you know, people are going to slander your name. People are going to basically be on Google all day looking for a flaw, looking for something to minimize you. You know what I mean? That's their whole plan. And that's kind of like the same way in church, but it hurts more in the church simply because people go to church with no defense mechanism around themselves because they think that everything is all right because they're in church. So they don't expect, you know, hypocrisy in the church. They don't expect to be lied on in the church. They don't expect, you know what I mean, people that they seen up here to do so many carnal and evil things down here. So to make a long story short, man, you know, not only did I see some hypocrisy, but older ministers that was jealous of me as a teenager. These were guys that was in their 30s. These were guys in their 40s that would be jealous of the way that I preached, because at that age, at the age of 16 years old, a lot of ministers was quoting scriptures. I was quoting chapters. I would memorize chapters.
Damn.
You know, and that was amazing to a lot of people to see a young teenager, you know, quoting chapters, and not only quoting chapters, but actually breaking it down and putting it in another galaxy, and then break it down and put it in simplicity where everybody has understanding, you know, as a young minister, and then have personality, you know, a balance with it. I knew when to be profound and make people say, and then I come right back around and have everybody laughing. Then I come back saying, then I pull it right back profound. And as I'm giving the information, you know, the condemnation come, people will be convicted, convinced, and compelled to want to serve Christ. So, you know, it was just a power, the anointing of God on my life as a teenager, that a lot of the even older ministers, they just wanted to preach like me. They wanted to pray like me. They wanted to hoop like me, and just didn't have it. So you had ones that actually told the pastor at that time that I was under that I was trying to take over the church, that I was trying to take over, that I wanted his place, that I was thinking about leaving, and I was getting ready to start my own congregation, and you know, all type of stuff, you know, that I was speaking against the doctrine that he was preaching against. And I had my own plans to basically take members out of his congregation, the youth out of there, and they was going to follow me. So as them lies grew and the slander grew, and I seen the hypocrisy as well on others that I considered to be consecrated, oh man, I got discouraged, man. And slowly but surely, you know, I stopped attending not only fellowship as far as in the congregation, because you can leave church. People get that misunderstood. Just because you left church, that don't mean that you left God. If you left this particular church, people think that when you leave a building that you leave God. But I began to slowly and surely stop praying, stop being in the word. And as you begin to, as we used to say, much prayer, much power. Little prayer, little power. No prayer, no power. And, you know, no prayer, no fellowship, no stop getting in God's word. Because it used to be such a, so Oshay, man, it used to be such a time, like even when I was in high school, I went from being a little kid that couldn't concentrate on what the teacher was teaching, because I started at a very young age before I gave my life to Christ. At the very young age, first time I got my dick sucked, I was 8 years old. So, you know what I'm saying? So after, matter of fact, I changed that. I ain't about to lie. You know what I mean? I didn't have a dick then. I had a penis. So first time so I got my penis sucked when I was 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? And after that, man, I'm in the ghetto, man. I'm having fun. I'm doing my thing. And going to school, when I would go to school, you know what I mean? I was getting my dick sucked on my way coming to school. So it was hard, you know what I mean, on the school bus getting your dick sucked. And then you come to school, and the teacher teaching, and you fantasizing about her lips. Like, I mean, I understand about 9 times 9, about 12 times 15, but can you suck my dick though? I mean, I'm thinking like, hey, and I'm thinking like this at 11, 12 years old, 10, like, I wonder could Miss. Oh shit!
Hold on, man. Hold on. Oh. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute, man. Wait. Give me like 30 seconds. Hold on, wait. Hold on. I gotta gather myself, nigga.
Okay, come on now.
Hey, look.
Come on. Anything you want to know, anything you want to ask, you know how we talk.
See, you gotta leave me with one love, nigga. You can't be. Okay, so wait a minute.
I'm trying to make you understand why things are the way that it was and the way that it is now and the way it's gonna be.
Okay, hold on. All right, hold on, man. Shout out to my boy High Def because so the reason why you end up in special ed because ain't nothing wrong with you, but you know what you're talking about.
No, see, I was deceived. I was deceived in thinking that I was slow, but in all actuality, it wasn't that. I just thought that the way to get attention and the way to be popular in school was to fight and be a class clown.
Okay.
So that's something that I would do. And, by me sitting over there getting involved in sexual activities at a young age, my mind was in other places. That's all.
Okay. So the super chat, I'm gonna shout y'all out in a minute, man. But okay, so now I understand. So you actually were very sincere because even when I first saw your videos about a year ago, because I've been watching you for a minute before I think you even knew who I was, or maybe you knew who I was, or you knew of me. I used to watch the content all the time. I was like, is this nigga a pimp? Or is this nigga a pastor? Because the nigga is quoting scripture, but he talking about sinning holes. I'm like, I was confused. But now I understand because you really were in the lifestyle of preaching. You were really sincere.
I was in holiness.
Oh, you were.
I was a young consecrated man of God. I used to actually, like I said, the same way that I was consumed and thinking about my teachers performing oral sex on me and me desiring to fornicate with them before Christ. Once I got in Christ, my mentality changed. As the scripture says, if any man be in Christ, he's a new creature. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things are new. Now, fast forward. Once I got in Christ, my mentality was different. I'm not going to lie to you just like people lie to you in the game and people lie. I'm going to give you the truth and the raw. Okay. Now, when you save, you still going to have temptation. Okay. And you're going to have some thoughts that's going to come to you. Okay. And it's your choice whether or not you want to entertain those thoughts, Right. And there were times where, them thoughts were strong, but because I couldn't entertain them thoughts because I know how weak I was, right. And my flesh, I didn't entertain it. But the thing about it is, when we were in school, I would love to pray so much and to be in the Word of God so much. I couldn't wait to be out of school. The same way that people used to rush out of school to hurry up and pretty much, go have sex or get high. I couldn't wait to get out of school just so I could sit up there and get in prayer and getting into the Word. It was just, my mentality was different.
Okay, so this is what I want to ask because now we know that some of the older preachers, there is a lot of jealousy in the church. That is definitely true. Then it seems like because of your success as a young minister and some of the hate, and then you see some of the people that have inspired you, they are falling off, and you're discouraged a little bit because of that. It's making you think a little bit different. So then how does that transfer to still, how do we get into where sin gets into the game?
Okay, because once sin backslid from Christ, sin began to participate in conversation. Philip, it's not sinful. Philip Gilmore.
Simple comes next after. Okay.
Yeah, but of course, the name didn't come. I deal with that name. That's a whole different video. But
okay.
Philip the man, as I begin to backslide, now I got to tell the truth, because anybody that's been listening to me, just keeping it all the way real. After I had got out of Christ, even though I was backsliding for a while, Oshay, I was scared to fuck. I was scared to get my dick sucked, because I thought that immediately after I fucked and got my dick sucked, that God was going to open up the streets and I was going to fall into hell wide open and he was going to kill my motherfucking ass. So for the longest time, I was afraid to create a reservation and an email address in the pussy, simply because I thought God was going to kill my motherfucking ass. So that's the reason why, for a minute, I would flirt with broads, we'd talk about it, but I wouldn't, go there, at that particular time. Once I got comfortable in carnality and got comfortable with my sexuality with these bitches, I left, Chicago in 2005, April 30th, on my 21st birthday. Okay. I done dropped out of school. I done came out to Vegas. But when I came to Vegas, it wasn't to get in the pimp game. I wasn't thinking about no motherfucking pimping. I was thinking about, because all our lives, some of my friends, we wanted to be the next Jodeci. So, when I came to Vegas, I was on some R&B shit. Okay. So on some music shit. And as I began to come to Vegas, then that's when I started mingling around with different peoples of all walks of life. And at that time, you go from 05 to 07. Within that time frame, of course, I'm fucking, I'm doing all that, but I'm not thinking about no pimping. In Vegas, you're going to have broads, you're going to have hoes on the strip, that's going to talk to you. If you're singing in the lounges in Vegas, you're going to come across hoes all the time. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see hoes all the time. So the lifestyle is going to be in your face. If you be on that Las Vegas strip, the lifestyle is going to be manifest the same way. Bloods making known that they bloods, Crips making known that they Crips, pimps making known that they pimps, and hoes making known that they hoes. So if you singing in the motherfucking lounges and shit, you're singing, you're doing your thing, you're going to have, different hoes flirting with you, especially if you're singing in the lounges, because you dressed the part. You already kind of look like you in the game, because the same way I'm dressed now, that's the same way that I was dressed, before the game. So, you'll see women, and if you can sing, of course, they're going to see you after the show and, make it known to you that, look, you need to take this whole money and you need to put it with your music. And of course, at that particular time, Oshay, I didn't want to be involved with no hoes, because I would see some of them was ratchet, they was ghetto, ignorant, belligerent, outlandish, rambunctious. I didn't want to be around, none of them. So to keep it all the way live with you, a partner of mine, he's dead now, rest in peace to Nice. I had met my nigga Nice from New Orleans. Okay. Nice was already in the game. I wasn't in the game. So because of the way that I was dressed, he thought that I was in the game, because I was really looking at a bitch that he had already had. But I wasn't looking at her to pimp on her. I was looking at her because I wanted to fuck. Okay. Not that I wanted to fuck with her, I wanted to fuck her. Mm-hmm. So the ass was right. The ass was sitting on them things. You know what I'm saying? And man, I needed to have that. Right. And he seen me getting ready to say something to her, and he walked up and gave her that look, because he could see her eyeballing me, because they was used to being in New Orleans. They had never seen, of course, she in Vegas, she assuming because the way I'm dressed, you know, like he got to be somebody important. But Nice was thinking that I was a pimp because we're in Vegas.
Right.
You know what I mean? So of course he started talking to me as if I was the pimping, but in all actuality, I had not even came into being yet. I was trying to fuck his bitch. So we started talking and chopping it up. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, man, you know, man, I see the bitch was, reckless eyeballs, but it was that New Orleans accent. You know, I see that the bitch, you know what I'm saying, was at you and shit, what's going on with you? And so we started talking. And next thing you know, that nigga was like, well, look, baby, you know what I'm saying? I'm nice out of New Orleans and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I see you got your cool little swag and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And we started talking. Then he was like, come fuck with me at the Spearmint Rhino.
Okay. So
at that time, you know what I mean? I had a cutlass that used to break down all the goddamn time. And, hold on. Let me put this here. There we go. I had a motherfucking cutlass that used to break down all the goddamn time. So just being real, when I seen him in the Bentley and they pulled up in the Bentley and the motherfucking valet and shit, I was like, okay. You know, I didn't even think that Nice was a pimp because all of the chains that he had on, I thought the nigga was a rapper or a football player.
Okay.
So at this time, I'm not even thinking that this nigga is a pimp. I'm thinking that this bitch was just a fine ass bitch of his. I'm so green to the game. I'm green as a pool table right now. I was born in the States, but I still got my motherfucking green card right now, right? So we sit up there and we go to the Spearmint Rhino. He like, come on, baby, come on, fuck with me. About to sit up there, go to the Rhino and shit. So we go there and he like, hey, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? You ain't never even been here? I was like, nah, I ain't never been to the Rhino and shit. He was like, shit, man, he talking to me still, you know, like a pimp. And plus, you know, at Ballas, he noticed certain things that was different about me. He said, because he was drinking the whole time, he's like, you don't drink? I was like, no, because anybody know me, I've never been high or drunk in my life. So he just drinking, I'm drinking water. So that looked kind of odd to him. I'm drinking water and, you know, juice and shit. So out of nowhere, with that New Orleans accent, I'll never forget, we in Spearmint Rhino in Vegas. He's saying, what's going on? I'm in the Spearmint Rhino, come on through, baby. All right, yeah, come through. So the bitch come through, but she come through with another bitch. Now the bitch that I was sweating that I liked on, she was cute, but this other bitch, she looked like Mookie Blaylock in the face. This bitch looked like hey, the bitch looked like, hey, just being real, the bitch looked like motherfucking KC from Jodeci. So when she walked up, I'm like, okay, well, he got two bitches, that's what's up. And but something had took place that mentally fucked me up. Okay? And what fucked me up was the fact that these bitches just gave him some money, and not just some money, but they sat up there and gave this nigga some big bankrolls. Okay. And the ugliest one gave the biggest bankroll. And I couldn't, as a square, I didn't know what was taking place. Like, how does this ugly ass bitch, what the fuck did this bitch, you know what I mean? Like, how? So, you know, to keep it 100, right. Nice set up there, you understand me? He was like, he just counting the money, you know what I mean? He just counting racks in my face. Right. You know what I mean? Them bitches just broke themselves and they bounced. And he's counting racks in my face, Shay. And I'm sitting over there as green as a pool table. I'm sitting over there like, you know, I was struggling even to say something. I'm like, okay, well, what did, like, what, not to get in your business, but like, why did they give you the money? You know what I mean? Right. And he was like, Because I'm a pimp, nigga. What you mean why they give me that money? What the fuck? Hey, son, you know what I'm saying? I pimp on hoes. I'm a straight down pimp. You understand me? I keep hoes down. That's what the fuck I do, nigga. You understand me? Cross country, man. A stomp down pimp, nigga. That's all I do. I don't sell no drugs. I don't sit up there and work no motherfucking job or none of this shit, baby. It's just all pimping.
You sound just like me too, dog. Damn,
And I was like, you a pimp? He like, yeah, nigga, you understand me? What, you don't fuck with pimps? Nigga, ain't you a pimp? I said, no. He was like, you not no pimp. He like, I thought you was just you. I'm like, man, no, man. You know what I mean? He like, I thought you was just using that singing shit, you know what I mean, to get into some bitches and shit. I thought you was using the R&B shit to do some PIMP shit. And I was like, no, man. I'm a square. So he like, oh, baby. So what he did, he took a liking unto me,
right,
and he started bringing me around Memphis pimps, Milwaukee pimps.
okay.
And I was mesmerized. That's what, go ahead. You want to?
No. I just wanted to, let me do this. I see my boy Minister Jap in the chat.
Jap in here?
Yeah, he checking it out. Shout out to Minister Jap. Let me just shout out a few people, man, with the super chats that have donated. Man, everybody's enjoying this show, except especially me. Not except, especially me, nigga. I almost lost a lung, so I'm getting to kick out this shit maybe more than they are because I'm loving the storyline. Oshay, you the man for the show. Thank you so much, Bugsy O'Neill. Honest introspection. Damn, the game is heavy in this one, Oshay. Don Gordito, Mr. Spectacular, vernacular himself. Okay, yeah, that's what you do say on your opening of your video. Bugsy O'Neill, that just because he said I'm donating just because that suit look fly. 2-hour super chat. My boy Ill Will, thanks for the great content. And Carlos Jean, laying of hands and speaking in tongues always. Pimpin'. First, ass last. Great content.
See, let me separate. For the woman that said I was confused, as far as no, it's no confusion. I was blessed with the ministry to be able to sing and play instruments. That's something I was blessed with. Okay, when I got involved in holiness, when I was in that lifestyle, I was saved. I did that for real. When I backslid and left that lifestyle, years later, I got into the game. Once I got into the game, I was fully in that lifestyle. Okay. So it shouldn't be no misunderstandings to comprehend that. You can't be a pimp and be a man of God, or you can't do that at the same time. Not if you're gonna do what's vital to the title. So no, go ahead. What was you gonna say, Shay? Because like I said, after he brought me in front of the Memphis and Milwaukee motherfuckers, after that, I'm listening to the game just like the youngsters. And I'm hearing this slick talk. I'm hearing about traps being catched. What's going on with you, baby? Oh, man, I can't call it like a blind referee, man. You already know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Just got through sitting up there fucking around in that Orlando, man. It was good like a motherfucker for 3 weeks and shit. You know what I mean? They was letting them hoes work around that motherfucker, man. Pimp was able to get his money, man. But the police started sitting over there acting funny and shit, trying to harass a pimp, assassinate a pimp, you know what I mean, and arrest a pimp, man. Pimp had to hurry up, get the fuck up out of there, man. Oh, what? That Orlando was cracking? Yeah, man, that Orlando was motherfucking cracking. You shit. I let them bitches on automatic, though, man. I had them hoes sending reunions on Western Unions, you know what I'm saying, while I was up in that Hawaii, man, enjoying myself, you know what I'm saying, and some more motherfucking shit, you know what I mean? Just got my nigga out of jail, too, but how you been with it? Oh, man, you already know, man. You know what I mean? Just staying out the way while I endeavoring to have my way, man. Obtaining and maintaining and doing some more shit, you know? But, yeah, man, I just knocked a fine bad little ass bitch, man. She was a college little student talking about what she wasn't gonna do, and she never was gonna do that, you know, man. And she was a Muslim and all of that, and you know how, you know, this is about submitting. I had to teach the bitch, well, you're gonna have to submit to some pimping, you know what I'm saying? Right. And you after listening, a young nigga listening to these conversations, and one saying this, one pimp saying that, one pimp saying that. Oh man, what's going on with you, baby? Oh man, the nigga, he over here threatening me, man. Nigga talking about he gonna kill me, man. I just sit up there and knocked him for his baby mama, man. You know what I mean? Well, nigga just gonna have to be mad at me, man, because baby mama, she been paying me like the motherfucking house on fire, nigga. And not only that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, she been sucking my dick so good, man. I had to file for sperm bankruptcy the other day, man. You know what I mean? They no lie. You know what I'm saying? So, hey,
Hey, hold on, hold on.
I'm just giving you, I'm just giving you a little dose of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, look, I gotta use that in my comic, man.
Hey, see, if you've ever been around a Memphis pimp, Memphis pimps, you know, sound different than Bay Area pimps. Bay Area pimps sound better than Chicago. I mean, not better than, but they sound different than Chicago pimps. You know, so you'll be blown away by different representation, you know, from different locations in the game. And I was blown away. Now, when the ladies tried to get with me, I didn't want to fuck with them because I wanted to sit up there, you understand me, and fuck with this R&B shit. I didn't want to be no pimp. I wanted to be the next Devontae, the next KC, bringing the production and getting my dick stuck in fucking badass bitches in the country and out of the country. I wasn't thinking about no pimping. But now that I'm around these pimps and these niggas got rings and chains and motherfucking suits on and, you know what I mean? This one, he in the Yukon, this one in the Bentley, this one sitting over there, you understand me, in the Maserati. You know what I mean? They really popping some big pimping. So it was mesmerizing at that time. And I was compelled, man. It was almost like when you come to a church and you see certain people speak about God and it might have sounded good, but your heart wasn't touched yet. But once you seen somebody else expounding and, you know, saying something profound, you was like, you know what, I want to be in this. So as I kept hanging around, that's when the desire to participate actually developed by participating in conversations with the pimping.
Okay, let me ask you this because my dad also told me, man, that Memphis pimps was some of the coldest niggas he ever met in his life.
Memphis pimps is definitely some of the coldest.
Let me ask you this, man, because I know you're around, you know, now you're around these guys, and probably like before you were just around a lot of preachers, now you're around a lot of pimps. But at the same time, like, are you thinking like, how can I make a broad get out there and sell her ass and give me the money? Like, I mean, still, I mean, being around folks, you know what I mean, and seeing that they can doing it, but having the mentality that you can do it though. Like, at what point was you convinced that, hey, I can do what they're doing?
Well, it's not so much of I can do what they're doing. You have to get into the mentality of I was called and chosen to do this. This is what I am. This is what I do. And even though pimps tell people that pimps are born and not made, that's contrary to logical thinking. Okay. See, in any lifestyle that you participate in, the information got to come first, which is the game. You cannot conform and perform anything that you're not informed about. So you got to be informed first. So once I sat up there and I picked up, you know, of course, the encouragement to go out there and go do that, bro, I have to be 100 with you. And this is just real shit. My conversation and game wasn't equivalent. It wasn't equivalent to what it is now. Mm-hmm. So by at that time, I didn't have all of that. You know, most pimps, oh man, I came up to the bitch, man, and I said, ha ha ha. No, it was none of that. The truth of the matter is that sin knocked, you know what I mean? Even though motherfuckers don't like talking about it, but we just gonna tell the truth. In Las Vegas, the hottest club in Las Vegas was the OPM. Okay? And nigga, I didn't know nothing about, you know what I mean, all of that, no. I sat up there, was in the OPM, E40 and T-Pain was on, trying to get to You and That Booty. And the bitches in there just swinging that ass. You know how black bitches be. And this bitch, she was just swinging that ass like it was her ministry that had to swing that ass, like she was called to do it. Okay. And then she's swinging that ass, and she just making that ass just bounce around. She could see that lustful demon, you know what I mean, just staring at her. So she's like, you looking at something, you know what I mean? You like what you see? I said, I most certainly do, with that bold ass demon of mine. So I sat up there and we started dancing. And of course, my dick is hard. Right. Now, of course, you know what I mean? I had made up my mind. I want a pimp now. But at the same time, I want to fuck this bitch because her ass is just so big. I gotta hit this. Right. So this ain't the most pimpish out of the world story, but I gotta just tell you the truth of how, you know what I mean, I came in. Now, we sitting over there dancing, this bitch feel my dick on her motherfucking ass and shit, and she smiling and laughing. Hey, I sat up there, man, and killed all of this, you know, let's go. I know what I want to do, you know what you want to do. Let's get the fuck up out of here. Right. So we did what, you know, what people are the most romantic thing you can do. We fucked in the car. So, you know, as we fucking in the car, getting an understanding, you know, about life, and I'm giving her greater revelations about life, you know, we fucking, and after we fuck, you know, we laughing and playing, and out of nowhere, she sat up there and she said, you know, okay, so what do you do? And I was like, oh, I just became a pimp 5 days ago. and she thought that was the most funniest thing in the world. You just became a pimp 5 days ago. I said, yeah, I just became a pimp 5 days ago. And she just laughing, and she like, oh my God, no, for real, what do you do? I said, I just became a pimp 5 days ago. My dick all out and shit, my dick balls just everywhere. You know what I mean? So I just became a pimp 5 days ago. So we sit up there and, you know, she laughing. She just ain't paying me no mind. We sit up there and fuck again. Right. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, we got to get a better understanding about this shit. Right. So, yeah, you know what I mean? I got to help you out. You know what I mean? Maybe you'll see things the way you need to see them if I help you out a little bit. So, you need a little help.
Hold on, man. I'm here trying to take notes on this shit, man. You keep fucking with me, man. Hold on. All right, hold on, dog. We got to take a little bit of break there. Okay, all right. But after this, I'm about to go to the restroom, but you got my bladder hurt. Okay, let's go ahead and continue.
Okay. So, you know, we fuck for a better understanding. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, because, you know, it's good sometimes. If you're having a misunderstanding sometimes, you know what I mean, you put that dick in that pussy, you get your outstanding understanding. So, you know what I mean, we had to get a better understanding about this shit. So, after we fuck, again, she bring up the question again. And she said, what do you do? And I said, I told you, I just became a pimp 5 days ago. She's like, well, now she getting serious. She said, well, I hope you know you ain't gonna pimp me. And I was like, man, go on with that. She was like, I'm just saying though, if anything, you could take that dick and pimp this pussy. That's what you need to do. And I was like, see, you over here tripping and stuff like that. I was like, but you gonna be the first one while you bullshitting. You'll be the first to go. And she like, whatever. But see, even though I didn't have the game as I do now, I was still dangerous as a young man because you got to keep in mind that, you know what I mean, I'm a knowledgeable guy that comes out of holiness. I'm a knowledgeable young man. So instantly, when she sits up there and she says that, I'm looking at her hand gestures. She's laughing, she's smiling. And I sit up there, I was like, I'm like, man, you gonna be my first bitch. You gonna be my first hoe. And she like, whatever. She laughing and smiling with me. So if I tell you, now watch this now, if I tell you that you're gonna be my hoe, and you laughing, you smiling, you playing with me, then my mind instantly was like, I can have you. Because first of all, when you abhor something, because you got many women that profess hatred for the lifestyle, but in all actuality, no, they don't. When you really abhor, you know what I mean, something, you don't even entertain, you know what I mean, anything. They're just like a heterosexual man entertaining thoughts of homosexuality. You know what I mean? If a homosexual guy, if a gay guy come up to you and be like, you gonna be my man, you're gonna be like, man, no shit, I ain't gonna be your man, nigga. Man, go on, man. Stop touching on me, man. What you on? You're not gonna do that. You know, get your hands off my dick, man. Come on, man. You got your hand all on my balls, man. Come on, man. What you on? You're not gonna do that. Why? Because at the same particular time, by you being a straight man, a heterosexual, you're not gonna let no man just play with your balls and hold your dick, you know what I mean, and grab on your dick and shit like that. And you be like, come on, man, why you fucking around with my dick like this, man? You know I'm straight, man. Come on, man. You know I'm a straight man. And you just grabbing on my dick, man. Come on, this shit ain't cool, man. So that's the same mentality. That's the same mentality that I have with a woman talking about this game. And if I say that you're gonna be my hoe or you're gonna be my bitch,
right,
and you don't stop the conversation, you keep participating in the conversation, you right, laughing and smiling, I know I can have you. And so within the conversation, I was like, you know what I mean? And you're gonna be my first. I keep going with her, you know, going at her. I met her now. And now she done fucked up. This is the major key. This is one of the major, if a woman say this within the conversation with a guy that's endeavoring to do some pimping on her, and she's a square, and she say some shit like, well, if I was to be your hoe, or if I was to be with you, automatically you're taking this into consideration.
Yes.
And see, if you really abhorred the lifestyle, if you really hated the lifestyle, you wouldn't even take it into consideration. So the fact that you took it in consideration, even though I wasn't a seasoned participant of the game, I had enough common sense that wasn't common to understand that with you taking into consideration that you was gonna be my next bitch for sure. Right. And I know I had to just keep campaigning. And I was right, because that same bitch ended up being on the Las Vegas Strip on Las Vegas Boulevard that same day selling pussy. And we said that same day. And you know what I mean? A few days later, which was on a Friday, she got her check from her little job, and she baby girl sat up there and broke that off to me. You know what I mean? So we got her some more hoe gear. You know what I mean? Of course, I couldn't afford nothing, no Gucci and Louis at that time and shit like that. You know what I mean? It was always little hoe stores on the strip for you to sit up there and buy something skanky, something, you know what I mean, to make the bitch look, marketable. You know what I mean? So she could do something profitable, man, on that Boulder Highway. So, you know, a Boulder Highway, a Covalt or something like that. You know what I mean? So at that particular time, we sitting over there, you know what I mean, talking, and by me being young in the game, you know, that's when, you know what I mean, of course, a lot of fucking was involved. That's why I said my story is not like the other P's that tell you the pimp guy spoke to me and I was at my job and he said, I called you to pimp. I was like, is it you? Yes, it is I. Like, that's not my story, nigga. No, I came in the game retarded, and I'm not saying what I did in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, was right. I'm just saying that at that particular time, that's how I came in, retarded.
Okay.
Go ahead, bro.
Let me ask you this, man, because everybody is saying this is the best stream I ever did. I probably can't say they're lying, man, because this is damn near a classic already in the first hour. How does the relationship? That's why it ain't gonna be the first. This ain't gonna be the last one we do. But go ahead. Okay, and shout out to my boy Matty Goes to Major Key. I'm gonna get to all the super chats here in a minute, but this is what I want to know, man, because I don't think you mind me saying this because SinFul. He said, "Man, I need some square ass nigga friends like you." And I'm like, and I am definitely a square. You know what I mean? So that is definitely true. But I know a little bit about certain things because my cousin he was into certain situations. But one thing I never understood is how do you get in a woman's mind to make her number one? Because some niggas have a hard time just getting some ass. But then, how does it work when she makes the transaction and then she gives all of that to you? And how do you break? Because you always talk about break yourself for the likes and shit. I like that one. But when they get paid you, they give you the money. Like, how does that relationship work, man? How do you get somebody to do that?
See, you just gave the answer within what you just said. You said that I tell the people within the comment section to break themselves for the subscribes, break themselves for the likes,
Right.
break themselves for the comments, break yourself, you know what I mean, for the shares. And why do they do it? The reason why they do it is because what I have presented, what I am presenting, and what I will continually convey and say, they see it as official and beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So when you talking to a woman, see, people got too much, they looking so much at the lifestyle and they not looking at the motherfucking man. I just gave you an example of me sitting over there. I didn't, have a Harvard University game at that time. Me and this girl was fucking. Now in the pimp game, pimps ain't supposed to be sitting over here fucking bitches and they ain't got paid. Not because they're a prostitute, but because the bitch got to earn everything when it come to this pimping.
Okay,
But
let's
at that particular time,
say that again. That's important because you was telling me about that earlier. Because somebody might have missed that. Can you say that one more time?
I said in the pimp game, a pimp don't really have no business having sex with no square woman, what I mean, that's not a hoe, that's not complying and applying to his instructions. If she's not applying and complying to his instructions, his information, they ain't got no business having fornication with one another. A pimp only supposed to be having fornication, to a bitch that's giving him the motherfucking accumulation every goddamn night, a hoe. So, you know what I mean? At that time, I was retarded in the game, like most young people come in the game retarded. I didn't come in correctly. So when you don't come in the game correctly, you're not going to do things accordingly. And I didn't. So I had to bump my head. I had to go through obstacles, difficulties, adversity, correctional facility. I had to get into a continuity of participating in the game for me to get the game. I had to stay involved for me to evolve. So, you know what I mean? As far as what I just said with that example, she liked me as a man. She liked that I was funny. She liked that this dick was good. Okay? And she liked the way that I was dressed. So you like me. So you wanted to fuck me. You want to keep fucking me. That's half of the battle right there. My big brother from another mother, you know what I mean? Dre even said that on the Montel Williams show. If a woman desires to have sex with you, that's half of the battle right there. So it's your job to intensify her desire to want to participate, you know what I mean, in this lifestyle with you. She wants to fuck you. So now you have to intensify her desire to want to fuck with you. Okay. If she's in her lust for you, I got to turn your lust into a must. I lust for him, but now I like him to the point where I must for him because I got to have this man. His presence is a present to me. Therefore, I won't be hesitant to do anything that he asks me to do. It's not so much of the lifestyle. The nigga could be a Blood, a Crip, Blackstone, GD, BD. Nigga could be outside selling CDs. If the nigga a PIMP, preacher, teacher, motivational speaker, whatever the fuck he is. If the woman likes that man, she will get involved in what that man is involved in if she want to be involved with that man. People look at the lifestyle like, man, pivoting on, a man, you know, gang banging, man, woo woo. It's not so much of the lifestyle, it's the man, because a woman does not define a man. She can only agree to what a man want to do as a man. So if I want to pimp, and if you fucking with me, you desire to be with me, then bitch, you gonna be my hoe. Simplicity.
Let me drop the mic for you real quick, man, because you know, I'm gonna just go ahead on and drop it there because yeah, this is why I say I'm really gonna be a square. Yeah, this nigga is colder than ice. That's why I said I knew a little bit, but like I said, man, ain't nobody been on this platform like SinFul. That's why he's my nigga, man. So look, I'm gonna do everything, man. This is dude, man. We've been really chopping up the last few days, man. And it's like I've been knowing him all my life, man. He's like a brother I never had, man. Like we two different people, but I understand where he's coming from. Do me a favor, man. Get the likes up, man, for this. And also, like I said, this is you know, one of my good friends, man, here on YouTube. Everybody who don't know him, you should know him. There's some haters out there that's trying to bring the man down. And I want everybody to do me a favor to subscribe to the SinFul World, his new channel, and you will learn a lot from him. I've been watching for over a year, and we're gonna talk about one of his most famous videos, "Give Her a Reason," because you know that was probably one of the best videos of the year that I've seen. So guys, click this channel and subscribe, right? Because if you don't know, his channel is in the description, but I'm posting the link. I want everybody to subscribe and hit the bell, the notifications, because he does some great live shows. So there's nobody with no content like SinFul. And this is what I was trying to tell you, man. I was trying to tell him that his fashion game is so cold. The nigga need to be a fashion consultant. I'm trying to talk him into it. So we're gonna try to see if he will charge you niggas to get his, you know, dressed like him. Because he's definitely gonna charge you, motherfuckers. But
I'm gonna sit up there and hook them up with Dre. Hold on, go ahead.
Okay, but let me ask you this, man. And shout out to
ask anything you want to ask anything you want, and yes, definitely shout out to my brother Jap, and y'all make sure that y'all hit Jap channel, that Minister Jap Network. Click on that and hit the subscribe and bell as well with him too, because he got an innumerable amount of haters trying to bring him down as well. You know what I mean? So let's support one another. Blessings to everybody within the comment section.
And me and Jack was to do a show on your channel one day, and you know I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be crazy. But
we gonna all three of us gonna be together one day too. Go ahead.
Yeah, we gonna have to you know, I'm gonna learn from y'all too. Have my pen and paper. But this is what I want to know. So once you get the first one, okay, how do you get? Let's talk about the second one. And then is there any animosity between the first one that you got and the second one? Let's talk about the second one that you got.
Okay, well, we can talk about the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth.
All of that.
But no, what I want to say to you is, okay, the same way if I was a Black Hebrew Israelite, same way if I was a Muslim, if I wanted to be with multiple wives, the woman that I'm involved with, she gonna accept whatever I'm involved in, simply because my opinion has dominion over whatever we do, because I'm a man. Like before the pimp shit, I'm a man, and a man is the truth. So in simplicity, that's the definition of a man. He's the truth. You know what I mean? Might not be his truth, might be her truth, but he's the truth. That's what a man is. Okay. So I'm a man before this pimp shit. Okay, that's the title of the basically the within the lifestyle that I'm participating and accumulating in. So you know what I mean? Once you accept that, that is whatever. But you can never be a pimp without being a man. And if this woman gonna be involved with you, she got to realize that you got prerequisites as a man. Everybody lifestyle is different.
Mm-hmm.
So within the lifestyle of pimping and hoeing, if a woman wants to be involved with the pimping, she got to fulfill prerequisites to be with that man. Now, I'm not saying that her jealousy, animosity is going to be abolished once the pimp and hoe relationship is established. That's not what I'm saying, because the jealousy and animosity is going to exist because she got feelings for that man. Okay. But because she wants to keep evolving with that man, she knows that she has to accept. Plus, it just only makes sense, baby, because I love you so much. I don't like for you to be in jail. That's just the lifestyle. The probability of you having a perfect night every night is a slow chance. That's a movie. That's a fairy tale. You're not gonna have a perfect night every night. Some of these guys, they lying, talking about you gonna make, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 a night. You're gonna have slow nights and no nights. You know what I mean? And when you sitting over there and you've been killing them, because baby, you gonna kill them. You're from your marketability, your intellectual, capabilities, you're going to get currency in each state. You're going to check it. Mm-hmm. But as your reputation grows and everybody know that you known to be one of the top hoes, the police know you. The people, the enemy is familiar with you. So the probability of you being in a correctional facility, baby, is very high. So when you go to jail and you had some of them slow nights and no nights, we still got utilities to pay. We still got things to preside over as far as business. Mm-hmm. And I not only want to preside over that, but I got to preside over you. You know what I mean? I got to make sure that you out of jail immediately. Not just even because I love you, but because you represent me. And you got to be an example to them in the lifestyle of pimping and hoeing. You got to show them renegades the benefit of having pimping in your life for you to get out immediately. And you can't get out immediately, baby, if you don't got no currency, because currency is a necessity. So with that being said, what am I going to do for them slow nights and no nights? Baby, I'm a pimp. I don't sell drugs or work no motherfucking job. You know what I'm saying? And plus a job, J.O.B., that's just over broke. So we don't do that. So, the best way to do this thing is to have another hoe, and 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 another hoe. You know what I mean? That's the best way, because when you have a slow night, right? If she have a no night, right, by everybody being official, we beneficial to the family, because that's what we are. We are a family. We're a unit. And you got to be able to bring your emotions to subjection. You got to put your emotions to the side. When you're dealing with business, this game is preparing you to be a businesswoman. And you could never be a successful businesswoman if you're thinking with your heart. God didn't give you your motherfucking heart to think with. He gave you that blueprint called your infinite beautiful mind, baby. And then that's when you sit up there, you hold that bitch, kiss that bitch on the motherfucking forehead and shit like that, hit on her motherfucking ass and tell her go and send her on. But, a pimp with his mouth, man. A pimp ain't never supposed to run out of pimping. Pimp don't never go bankrupt in some pimping. Pimp always got something to say. He always got a solution for when a bitch try to bring, anything. He just instantly got it. Pimp is witty. He's a millionaire. He's wealthy, when it comes to being witty, you know what I mean? And having knowledge and wisdom to preside over his women or convey knowledge, to his women when they come with that jealousy shit. Because in our actuality, how we gonna win a championship in any team sport? What player has won in a team sport by themselves? As great as Jordan was, how did Jordan win? You know what I mean? In a team, playing a team sport, he had a team. That's why it wasn't Jordan that got them 72 wins and 10 losses. That was the Bulls. So it wasn't Jordan that won them 6 championships. That was the Bulls. Right. So the teamwork gonna make the dream work. Unity is gonna bring more currency, not your jealousy, but unity. And then if you can convey that, You know what I mean? Even if she try to come with her emotions, and if the bitch want to blow up, she gonna blow up, whatever. That's why a pimp should never stop pimping. He never stop campaigning because he's constantly in a pimp's place, which is in the hoe's face. Go ahead.
Okay, let me do this. I want to shout out a few people. The Rogue Scholar, thank you for the $20 super chat. I haven't seen you in a minute. My boy TJ out of Britain always supports the streams. This is the most hilarious interview you've done so far. Hey man, SinFul. You come off as like kind of calm, but the nigga's funny as hell. Juan Wilson, $5 super chat. Matty Ghost, $20, the major key. My boy Matty Ghost out of South Carolina. Cornelius Edwards out of Memphis. What's up? $10. I see. Carlos Jean, great to see Romance is not dead. $2.14. My man Julian Brown, $5 always been on this channel. RD Stacks, LL, School is in session, definitely. Inner Beauty TV by Nicole Michelle, $10. I follow her on Facebook. We definitely got to do a show because she's definitely got some interesting things to say. Also, and I just really appreciate everybody for listening to the interview. Let me just do this real quick. We have 237 people watching. Let me just ask anybody, if you have not subscribed to SinFul, the SinFul World channel, do me a favor and press 1 because we want to get everybody that if you're watching the restream, which a lot of you will, you can go into the description. He's there now. Just check his new channel. We're up to 1,455 subscribers, but I'd like to hit that 1,500 mark before we end the interview. So I will need everybody who needs to subscribe. Okay, there's a link, World Scholar. Go over there, man, and support my man, the SinFul World. You guys, click on that link I'm telling you to click on and hit his subscribe button, hit the bell. Because SinFul, you do a show almost every day, at least about every other day, right?
See, yeah, we're gonna talk about that later on, but some of y'all know me from my main channel, SinFul The P, SinFulThep. Okay. And currently right now I can't go live on that channel because of, the haters, the bitch ass niggas got on one accord and decided them sassy ass niggas. But, shout out to the sassy niggas. But, I can't go live on that right now. Right. And because we're not going to lose that channel, we're just going to let that channel be. So I've created a new channel already that's almost up to 1,500 people. And it would be such a blessing if y'all bring y'all big head ass over there and come fuck with me. You know what I mean? Over there at the SinFul World, TheSinFulWorld. Come fuck with me.
Okay, and again, shout out to my B Money. Again, one of the longest subscribers. When I had like 200 subscribers, good to see him back in here, commenting and supporting. Let me ask you this, so you actually had a video, man, and I can honestly say I'd never seen. I was talking to my boy Solo TV before. I said, "Nigga, you heard about SinFul The P?" He was like, "Who's that?" I was like, "Nigga, SinFul The P, the nigga with all the suits and shit." It was the other day. And he's like, "Nah, man, who was that?" I said, "Man, look, nigga cold. Like, you gotta watch this nigga channel." I said, "Man, the nigga got a video of where he is counting $100,000 in cash." He's like, "No, he don't." I was like, he's like, he need to call me back. Oh my God! The nigga said that nigga counted out 100 stacks. But then you also
go ahead.
He posted another video. You think you told me? I haven't seen this one, but you actually got knocked for a bitch by another pimp and posted the video.
Well, I got knocked. See, this is the game. I wanted to give, unlike the other pimps, I didn't want to show everybody just the A's on my report card. Okay. I wanted to show them the F's on my report card because the F's on my report card lets you know why I'm getting A's now. Okay. It's through the failures. It's through the times where I fucked up, where I didn't do things accordingly, where I didn't do things pertaining to the game the right way. And the consequences came in. So this is not me promoting the game as to, this is what you should be in, young people. But if you are going to be in it, definitely get you some game about yourself, because if you don't have the information, the probability of you being in incarceration is going to be real soon if you not have no mentors, things. Go ahead.
No, man, because
Go ahead.
Jab just dropped. He dropped the donation. He wanted to say this. Mr. Jab never $20. I support these brothers chopping up game. Sin, I need you to put Sansa Ray on the track. You can discipline her.
You stupid.
Oh, shout out to my brother.
Shout out to Jab. But let me. Okay. As far as, hold on. She said, "What's the video called?" Hold on. Because you said after 100,000. What was your next question after that?
Nah, because she was talking about actually, you got knocked.
Oh, you said when I got knocked. Okay. And shouts out to Special, because that's the one that knocked me for a bitch. A lot of times, the young people, because they come from different cultures. Some come from the gang banging culture, and if you're a guy that is a former gangbanger, if you've been a Blackstone, a BD, GD, Vice Lord, MC, Crip, Blood, Four Corner Hustler, whatever. A lot of times, if you get involved in a situation that you don't like, instantly you're going to emotionally react to it.
Okay.
And a lot of these niggas really didn't come into the pimp game. They slipped on a banana peel, and that's why they in the game now. So you got some niggas that have slipped and fell in the game because they had a girlfriend prostitute. And just because you got a woman that's prostituting for you, that does not make you a pimp. You could be a trick living off the earnings of prostitution. That does not make you a pimp just because you have a woman or women that have been deceived into believe that you are a pimp. Because a bitch gonna pay what she like. A bitch will give a bankroll to a lipo. Bitch gonna sit up there and hit a lick for a trick. A bitch will sit up there and pay the shit out of a nigga with a big dick. So a motherfucker having some money and counting dead hypocrites, counting them green papers with dead hypocrites on it, that does not ordain him as pimp, okay? I said all that to say this. What makes you who you profess to be is your capabilities to do things that is uncommon, to say things that is uncommon. And if you take a man's woman away from him, majority of the time, the probability of him emotionally reacting to it, beating your ass, or shooting the fuck out you is very high. But see, when you in the pimp game, and when your mind, has been conformed to this pimping, you're not thinking about killing this man over this woman. You know what I mean? That's why in my videos, when I said pimps are men of class, because if you knock me for a woman that belongs to me, if you get a woman that, professes that she belongs to me, because in all actuality, she don't belong to me. She belongs to the game. So because pimps have, they stay in reality that no matter how long she been giving me currency and loyalty, this woman is still governed by her emotionalism. And the way she felt about me yesterday, that might not be the way that she feel about me today. Them feelings can change. So the moments that her feelings change, she might sit up there and have an exchange, with another man. And because she didn't gave the accumulation to another representation within the game, I don't have a desire to take that nigga's life. Why? Because I'm about that life. What life? The lifestyle of pimping and hoeing. So, when Special had given me the call, the broad pretty much was on automatic. And for those that don't know what automatic means, that means to have a woman in another state that you're not physically around, or another country that you're not physically around. Most guys can't do it because, they're not pimping. They're not pimping like that. See, when you pimping, it means in simplicity, full control. That means that you can tell a woman to go to another state or another country, and she'll sit up there and put her life in danger and seduce and reduce strangers and sit up there and collect every motherfucking dollar and sit up there and send it to you when she really, fucking with you like that, when you really fucking with her like that. And the most important thing, when y'all both fucking with the game like that. Okay. So, the bitch, I really wasn't giving her the attention that she desired. And the truth of the matter is, I forgot that, you know, just like Bobby Womack used to sing, a woman got to have it. And, you know, I wasn't spending enough physical time with her at that time because I was enjoying myself, knocking bitches and having money. I was having fun with my nigga Freeze at the time. We out in Illinois campaigning, having a lot of fun, you know, shopping and doing things. And, you know, she just, you know, plus when them bitches be getting over 30 years old, they think they should have been somebody's wife and out of life by that time. So, you know, the bitch was starting to catch a flat tire with her horn. And, you know, bitch sit up there, you know what I mean, got out of bounds with Special. And when Special sat up there and gave me the phone call as gentleman, you know, because he respected me because he found out how I even knocked the broad and the way that I did it. And he had already heard about my reputation anyway. So he already knew that he was going to be able to get all her things. And, you know, and I was going to tell him, man, that, you know, keep pimping, man. And we still cool to this day. That's my nigga. I fuck with him. Now, I did this with the young people to let them know not only you gonna learn from my wise words, but you gonna learn from me being a proverb on what not to do, because I don't know every motherfucking thing. And plus, I didn't want to be like most pimps, creating an image that's impeccable and infallible. I wanted something that was relatable, where people feel compatible, you know, with me, so they can feel comfortable conveying their secrets with me, because I'm sharing my secret. People know more about me than they know about their own motherfucking family members. So, you know, after we sat up there and chopped it up, you know what I mean, we got cool. And when I decided to do a video called The First Time That I Got Knocked, I had him, Freeze, Johnny Cash, BP, different pimps, because every pimp in the game talk about when they knock their first bitch or the first pimp that they knock. But what pimp do you see talking about when he got knocked? Right. See, everybody want to talk about the A's on their report card, but they don't want to talk about the F's. I'm the first motherfucker to really talk about everything in totality and give you the reality of this game. See, that's the problem. You got people glorifying the riches, but they don't glorify the consequences that come with fucking with these bitches in the game. Okay. I'm giving that. I'm giving it in totality. I'm showing them that, hey, man, I've been to prison. I done been lied on. I done got slandered. I'm showing you the consequences that come with this shit. Yeah, the Phantom look good. The Maserati look good. You know what I mean? The nice houses look good. You know what I mean? The bitches having a women in multitude every day, financially showing gratitude is a beautiful thing. But hey, man, you know, you might sit up there and end up in a jail cell singing Deborah Cox, How Did I Get Here? If you make one move that ain't calculated and premeditated, nigga.
Okay, hold on, man. Let me shout out to my man Robert Nolan. And let me just do this real quick, man. I'm starting to do something a little bit different. Is my boy Max City Limits in this motherfucker? Hold on. Have you heard of Max City Limits? Is he here? Max City motherfucking Limits. You know who that is, right?
No, I don't know who he is, but he definitely in the building.
Man, look, you gotta. That nigga was a pimp turned porno star. I gotta link y'all niggas up. He a real nigga for real. For that nigga, yeah, he did some shit. He's story is very similar, man. That's one of my favorite podcasts. Shout out to Max City. I definitely gotta link y'all up, man.
Well, blessings to him, man.
Yeah,
blessings to Max City, man. Blessings to all the Max players, tricks, gangsters, pimps, hoes, prostitutes that think they hoes. You know what I'm saying? The handsome bitches that think they pretty. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to all you big head motherfuckers, man. Shout out.
Let me shout out to my boy Robert Nolan. I appreciate this good game. Salute. Another thing I'm doing, man, is with some of my subscribers, man. Me and my boy did a show on the Truck Stop podcast, and this is a question my boy Brian Jenkins out of Alabama. He asked this question. SinFul The P. He says, okay, so let's say, for example, let's say my square ass become a pimp for like 32 seconds, right? And I knock your chick. And then I knock her and I say, I don't want to pimp. I'm going back to studying medicine and all that shit. Do you take her back if she comes back? And has that ever happened to you before?
Well, no, that has never happened to me before. And you know, if she desired to come back, she would have to come back right. You know, everybody's program is different. You know what I mean? Some pimps might not accept her back. And depending on how pimpish I feel at the time, I might not let her come back, especially if she ain't got the right funds to come back with. You know what I'm saying? She got to come back right. First of all, bitch, you sit up there and left Harvard University, left a Harvard University pimp for a motherfucking community college simp. You know what I mean? How did you do that? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the nigga dropped you off. Now you fucked up. You busted. You disgusted. You handsome. You back on my phone line. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got, you know what I mean? Your life has been fucked up. What'd you say? Oh, you got whooping cough now. See, you got bronchitis now. You got diabetes. You know, because that's how bitches be. It don't never be like, oh, I want to just come back to the pimping. It be, she was told that she got 30 days to live. The bitch just got shot 200 times. The bitch just fell down, you know, from a building. You know what I mean? Now she back on the pimp's line. Like, no, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Come fuck with me. You know what I mean? When you got the bankroll right, you know what I mean? You come back with the right mentality, the right currency, and you right to give me, you ready to give me that loyalty, man, which is above all things. Because if you give me that, them little green papers that just gravitate with the territory of having your big head ass. You know what I'm saying? But that's about it. But no, as far as if she wanted to come back, she got to come back the right way. Because let me explain this. Okay. Some women give money to pimps, but just because you gave money to a pimp, that don't mean that you chose that pimp. Because in all actuality, giving currency is one thing, but if you didn't give loyalty equivalent to the currency that you gave, in reality, you still didn't choose. A lot of these bitches don't give they don't give a shit about no goddamn money. So to give up that money is not really a sacrifice. But for you to be submissive to me, for you to sit up there and give me a yes instead of a no, for you to put away your egotistical, rebellious ways and wholeheartedly and totality submit to me on a daily. This is a bigger sacrifice than giving me dead hypocrites, you know, man, with green papers on it. You know what I mean? Them green papers with dead hypocrites on it. This is the biggest sacrifice. You know what I mean? So that sacrifice of loyalty. And there's a lot of bitches that then broke themselves to pimps and got charged by pimps. But if you really listen to the bitch, in all actuality, she never chose in totality. She still had a renegade mentality. And if you got a renegade mentality, and you might be giving your money to the pimping, but at the same time, you're not listening to the pimping, you know, in totality. So, you know, you're not really with them. You're not fucking with them the way that you should.
Okay. Let me ask you this, man, because it's so much I don't want to know shit, but you know, okay,
you can ask anything you want.
Yeah, I know. I know that. I'm actually afraid what you gonna tell me. Shit, because you go always be transparent. But I guess what I want to know is, you know, we haven't even got to some of the, you know, the trouble you talked about with the legalities. We might not be able to get to it tonight, but what I want to know is this: is, you know, the turnover rate. Because let's say, for example, like, you know, in like the first year of medical school, there's typically there's a turnover rate, you know, let's say, you know, 1 out of every 5 may drop out, for example. When you actually get a woman to decide if they want to be on the team of SinFul The P, what's the likelihood that they're going to stay? Because, you know, they're going to have their mom, Minister Jack, talking about stop tricking today. I can't stop tricking. That's why my friends are players and pimps, because I can't. I need to pray for me. I can't stop tricking on these fat hoes. That's another story. What's the likelihood that she's gonna stay and continue to be with, you know? I mean, back in your days, because you don't do those things because you're a square now. But in that particular time, you was in that lifestyle. What's the likelihood that she would stay out of percentage and keep going with you all the way before she drop out, or her parents get her out, or she gets knocked, or, you know, what's that like?
And in total, and just to be honest with you, not to sound arrogant, but just being real, bro. Each situation each bitch gonna bring a different situation. So a pimp really don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Hold on. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
But as far as each situation go, if she blow, she blow. With majority of them, but there gonna be some of them that yes, you want to maintain. But if I have to compromise who I am and disrespect the principles of this game to maintain your little big head ass, then bitch, fuck you. Because my principles and my manhood, is more important than that. You got niggas that been having bitches for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, but the spirit of compromisation is the only reason why the nigga kept getting the accumulation out the bitch, because the nigga gave up his balls to ball. Okay? Now, I just told you that a man is the truth. And I told you that you got to be a man before you're a pimp, as the great Mel Taylor said. Now, when you sit up there and you say that, you know what I mean, the years and all of that, well, I'll just say this. It depends on what type of bride she is and what type of nigga he is. But as far as with me, pretty much how long I want to keep her. Because it be a bride might sit up there and want to get married. Like I said, when they get close to like 30 or above 30, right. Now the bitch want to get slow with the money. She's starting to have more R&B conversations than HOE giving money to PIMP conversations. Right. You know what I mean? She talking about the picket fence and the afterlife and after the game and all of this old goofy ass shit. Bitch, I'm not thinking about none of that. I'm not thinking about none of that Music Soul Child, love, the first thing I told you. I'm not thinking about that case, happily ever after shit. You know what I mean, bitch? If I'm gonna walk down aisles, the only way I'm gonna walk down the aisle and do it my style, bitch, is with Bank of America and Wells Fargo, Chase Bank, bitch, you know what I'm saying? And to just keep that shit all the way 100, they hate hearing stuff like that because it's like, damn, this man is really consumed in his lifestyle. Because I'm not saying that a pimp can't get married or none of them niggas ain't got a desire to be married, but when you consumed in the spirit of pimping, you don't want to think about doing nothing else other than some pimping. You don't want to entertain anything else. And see, that's the benefit of when I was a young minister for God. When I was a young minister of God, I didn't listen to secular music. I listened to gospel music. When I was, going to school and everybody would be listening to provocative music with profanity in it, I would be listening to R.W. Shambach, A.A. Allen, and William J. Seymour, Charles Harrison Mason, Elder Price, Minister Louis Farrakhan, Malcolm X, Khalid Muhammad, you know what I mean? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So your mindset is just, you become consumed in what you want to do. And as a pimp, like I said, them bitches, once they get 5 years or 10 years or 15 years with you, the bitch start feeling like she hold a special place. So you should be able to compromise with her. And once they start feeling like that, especially in today's time, you know what I mean? The bitch gonna have to go. She gonna end up getting pimped away, or she gonna end up blowing up, because a real pimp that's authentic and really in it, he not gonna compromise, and the bitch ain't gonna never sit up there and be the prize over this game, because this game is always gonna be more valuable and profitable to him than the bitch. You know what I mean? Period. So whether she abide, whether she subside, I'm still gonna do what's vital to my title. And the day that she stopped doing what's vital to her title as a hoe, then I gotta let the bitch go. You know what I mean? That's just the mentality of a pimp. Some gonna come for 5 years, some gonna come for 10. I'm not saying that, because it's an old saying, they come to pay, not to stay, but to just be all the way 100, you can have a bride for 10 years. Some pimps have had brides for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them niggas kept them brides for a long period of time because they gave up their balls to ball. I'm not gonna give up my balls to ball. I already know when the bitch get close to 30 or over 30, she gonna be she listening to a lot of this R&B shit now. You know what I mean? She asking me, you know what I mean, when we gonna get married and when you wanna have kids. I already know once that spirit come, the bitch getting ready to backslide and subside on me. So that's why a pimp always gotta stay pimping. And like I said, stay in a pimp's place, which is in a whole face. But you know what I mean? Like I said, you can't really determine the time that the bitch gonna come here. Now that's on the bitch.
Okay.
You know what I mean? My job, his job, a pimp's job is to pimp. You know what I mean? And his desire is to pimp. Whether she stay or whether the bitch motherfucking expire, his desire is to pimp. That's it. Whether she, you know, whatever, 5 hoes, 10 hoes, no hoes, a nigga endeavoring to get. You just want to sit up there and pimp, man. Okay. That's it. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you, before we do that, I want to give everybody a shout out, man. This has been a great show. Like I said, man, this is, and Jap is in this chat. And once me and SinFul, Jap is going to go live right after this. So we want to support Jap's streams. He just said he wants to go live after this. SinFul got everybody, man. Sin, I got to say, I did some really great interviews, man. I'm a really good interviewer. But by far, I would have to say, no offense to nobody else, this is probably the best interview I've ever done with anybody. That's saying a lot. Kind of had a lot of heavy hitters come through this motherfucker, man. But you probably didn't took the title, man. And, I did a lot of great interviews, but this probably is the best one I've ever done on this channel. So it must be that suit you got on, nigga.
Let me say this too. Let me say this too to the young pimps that might be watching, and to the young players that might be watching, or the young squares that might be watching. When a woman say, I love you, sometimes it ain't that the bitch is lying, it's that she's speaking according to the emotion that she's having at that present time. Okay. And I always know that a woman is governed by her heart. And what does the Bible teach you? In Jeremiah 17:9, it says that the heart is deceitful and desperately wicked. When you go to Jeremiah, the 17th chapter, the 9th verse, the heart is deceitful and desperately wicked. Who can know it? That's what the scripture said. So if she's governed by her heart and she tell me that she love me, she always gonna be with me, she never gonna leave me, it sounds good. But in all reality, I know that different circumstances, different situations can bring about a change. And I don't know if that woman could stand under pressure like I can. So I'm always betting on the game. I'm always betting on my manhood. I'm always betting on my character. I'm always betting on my intelligence. I'm always betting on my integrity. The bitch could either, she's still a woman, whatever name you want to call her, bitch or whatever. And after all of that, she's still a woman and she governed by her feelings. So like I said, you know, a lot of guys, the reason why they can't keep a bitch longer than a Tyson fight in his prime is because basically they don't know how to treat a woman. And they watch these foolish documentaries with these guys speaking nursery lines and shit like that. They can't even spell their name by the grace of God on a motherfucking smartphone. You know, they listening to these guys, you know, in cars that they don't own and shit. You know what I mean, talking about this pimping. And, you know what I mean, they become mesmerized, you know, by these lying ass guys about the game. But if a lot of them niggas, they couldn't even keep a bitch longer than a white man's sex life. You know what I mean, a motherfucking old man sexual life with a young bitch or something, you know what I mean? Right. And that's because he don't know how to treat a woman. You know what I mean? And a lot of youngsters think that because she's a hoe, that you treat her less than a woman because she's a hoe. And that's a square mentality. That's not a pimp's mentality, okay? A pimp don't, all these guys that y'all be seeing, guys with women with dog leashes on their neck, women, guys sitting over there, got the woman eating out of a doggy bowl, you know, treating the woman like she's less than a dog. That's not a pimp.
Okay.
Huh? Go ahead.
Yeah, I see that all the time on social media, man. The dudes with the
that's not a pimp. That's not a pimp. And what happens is people get, as I like to say, they look at television and they get the wrong definition, depiction, and vision of what the pimping is. And they judge the whole pimp population by the bad representation that the media puts out to deceive the public, to deceive, you understand me, society with. That every pimp is a demonic, satanic, heartless individual that's preying on weak women who come from one parent or no parent homes, no church background, low self-esteem, depression, and they think that a pimp is a predator that's just going out there each and every day looking on some woman who's been involved in incest, that's been involved in rape, that's been involved in just basically, you understand me, being physically, mentally, and verbally abused. And I want to tell you that a real pimp, a man of character, he's not going out there, you know what I mean, looking for no woman, you know what I mean, that's weak and stupid with low self-esteem, because we got to look at this thing logically. If a pimp is endeavoring to get some money, if he's endeavoring to get rich, if he's endeavoring to be a millionaire, a billionaire, then how is he going to do that with a bitch that got low self-esteem and depression? This doesn't make sense. The guy, let's say, okay, he's a rich guy. He's wealthy. Okay. He's intelligent. He got a degree from an Ivy League school. How do you get a woman who got low self-esteem putting her head down like this? You know what I mean? She depressed. She don't believe in herself. How is she going to manifest any type of confidence and intelligence when it's time to have a conversation with this rich, intelligent, you know what I mean, trick? So, you know what I mean? And then if she was easy to knock as far as having low self-esteem and, you know what I mean, she's stupid and all of this shit, then that means that the same way that you knocked her dumb ass, that's the same way that somebody else gonna knock her dumb ass away from you. So you ain't looking for no dumb ass bitch. And you're not looking for no bitch that just break immediately, you know, in any time of pressure, because you always got to think about, what about when the police have her in the motherfucking interrogation room and they sitting over there sweating down her back, asking her a million questions, 100 miles per hour. So, you know what I mean? You want that woman who gave you a reply and didn't instantly comply to basically what you had to say when you first started talking to her. You want you a woman that's contesting things that you're saying, not wrestling with you. And wrestling with you, not sitting over there just agreeing with what you're saying. So I'm just saying all of this because a lot of things that people have been taught about the lifestyle of pimping and hoeing is the best definition of false.
Okay. Let me do this for, I have saw the subscribers jump up about 33 on your page. So I want to give a shout out because you have 1,487. For those people who are in the chat, do me a favor, man. Like my man SinFul always say, break yourself for the motherfucker like. So we got 270 watching and only 221 people that has liked the video. So I need you guys to like the video. And also, if I'm not mistaken, am I the first person to ever interview you before? On a hangout like this.
Yes.
So this is
for sure.
It's so simple. You know, a lot of people want to interview him all the time, man. Bigger people than me. He kind of, you know, they declined. So I was just, you know, graced with him to come over and spend his time to bless us with some knowledge. So the least that y'all can do is, you know, like the video and then also at the same time subscribe to him, right? Because you guys say you want, you know, content from guys that come from, you know, different styles of life, different ways of thinking, very intelligent. And this is only exclusive on the side of YouTube. But if, you know, you're not going to subscribe and support, you know, because it's hard to get somebody like a SinFul to come on and to break the game. Shout out to my man Doug. So let's do this. Let's subscribe to him. You know what I mean? Because the man has a specific channel that is nowhere nothing like this channel on earth. I can tell you, you're not gonna find no content like SinFul, man. So do me a favor and click on the channel that I'm having right now on below. Hit that, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, Press 1 if you have not subscribed, okay? It's simple. Press 1 and then click the link and then hit the bell. When it goes live, I expect to see everybody over there. So let me ask you this. I'm checking your numbers right now, making sure these niggas subscribing. And they are, okay. So we almost at 1,500. How many did you have before we started today, Sam?
I was at like a high 13. I don't know exactly, but I was in 13. So,
Okay, so
we nearly pretty much have like over 100 people come over.
Okay, so we have 1,494 right now. So again, brothers, we need 1,500 people to subscribe. So I need 6 more people to go over here and get my man up there. Shout out to Shelly, love the show. Let me ask you this, man. I watched this pimp documentary. There was a dude named White Mike. Is that what his name was? I'm not sure if that was his name, but
Talking about white folks.
Oh yeah, white folks or something like that. White folks.
Something like
and he was saying that in the game, the question came around is who's easier to pimp? Is it white women or is it black women?
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to ask you, I had to put you on the spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it easier to pimp Lolo Keisha's? I mean, because you were square. We doing calculus problems, and you don't do that no more. You're just a fashion connoisseur, you know what I'm saying? But when you was
I'm the greatest square that ever lived. You're right.
I'm second place.
Ever lived.
I'm trying to get that first because I love being square too. But when you was in the life, was it easier? Because I know you had the Minnesota story because that was one of my favorite videos. I listened to you talk about how you went to Minnesota for a minute and you knocked the bitch in Starbucks. You was real happy talking about that. Yeah, man. So I knocked that bitch, right? But is it easier to deal with a black woman in your organization, or has it been easier for you dealing with the white ones?
Well, I'm gonna say this, and it's no disrespect to the woman, but I glorify manhood. I glorify character. I glorify knowledge and wisdom. I don't glorify no ethnicity. I glorify this game. So the truth of the matter is, it don't really matter to me or guys who have the mentality of me what the fuck her color is. I could give a less fuck what the fuck her color is. The thing is, you know what I'm saying, whether she's white, because I heard people say that, white bitches gonna let you pimp, black bitches gonna make you pimp. And a bitch ain't gonna make me do a goddamn thing. And a bitch ain't gonna let me do it. I'm me, I'm the man, I'm SinFul The P. This is just the mentality of a pimp. I got the game, I got this uncommon information that is the blueprint, you know what I mean, on how to be successful. There's a location called success. Bitch, my mind is the motherfucking map. And this is his mentality towards any bitch of every color. You know what I mean? Any nigga that sit up there and humble himself because the bitch is white, he's already mentally defeated. I could give a less fuck of what this bitch color is. Now, what I will say is this. Some white women, because of their culture, their upbringing, she come from a 2-parent home. Right. She come from, seeing money. She's used to money. Okay. She used to being around money. So if you ever been to Apple Valley out in Minnesota, if you ever been to the Valley in California, if you ever been to Naperville in Illinois, those white girls, those white women are totally different. You know what I'm saying? As Ha Davis say, they totally different. You know what I mean? Way different. And what I mean by that is, they pretty much come ready, with ambition. Okay. Now, because some black women, you know what I mean? Some black women, they come from poverty, an urban community. Their mentality is different. So you have to give them ambition. You got to create self-esteem. You got to create confidence. You got to create the image. You got to do everything with her because she come from nothing. her mother didn't have no knowledge to give her, to deposit into her. So you got to deposit that. Because if you don't deposit that, you won't be getting no withdrawals of that. So you got to deposit this in order to get a withdrawal of this. And if you don't have no game to give the woman, especially the black woman that come from the ghetto, she ain't gonna produce if you ain't got nothing to introduce her to. So the thing about it is, with them women that come from, you know, them cultures, they come with ambition already. So if you say, listen, I got a plan, we about to go here, and there's a resort over here, there's a resort over here, there's a resort over there, there's a resort over there, and there's the main strip is over here, downtown is over here, and we gonna take over all of that. This is the way you need to dress. This is the way, don't say that like that. Enunciate it like this. There you go. That's it's just, baby, conversation is just like singing. It's just like when we in the studio. If you sing off key, you know what I mean? Even though I wrote a motherfucking Grammy Award winning song, if your tone of voice is not right, if you don't sing this in the right key, we won't get that Grammy. So, you know what I mean? It's just like lacing, you know what I mean, that woman up in conversation. You need to say it like this. This is what you need to say. This is the attire. This is the way you need to go. This is the etiquette that you need to have. All of this. That's what you're going to have to do with a woman that comes out of poverty or just ignorant about what etiquette is. She's ignorant about professionalism. But white women come, a lot of these white women, they already come with knowledge of what professionalism is. So what you doing is enhancing it, not so much of giving her something that she was ignorant of. You just enhancing what she was already knowledgeable of. And so, you know, I will say that with white women, because of the culture difference, in some circumstances, it's easier to, because you're not convincing her, you're just encouraging her. With the black woman that comes out of poverty, that comes out the urban community, you are convincing her, and you are encouraging her, and you are informing her. Okay? She was ignorant, you informed her. She didn't have, you know, the confidence to do that, you got to empower her. So with the black woman, he's pretty much bringing empowerment, enlightenment, encouragement, development, all of this to get her to the pavement to go get some money. Now, what I will say, the reason why color don't matter, because you got white women that also come from poverty, that also come from the urban community. That's why, to me, it's not so much of a color thing, it's a mentality thing. And within 300 seconds of talking to her, he was pretty much supposed to discern and learn the route on how to go about interviewing her so he can get information about her so he'll know how to preside over this woman. Because she gonna tell her hagiography or biography. And when she sit up there and tell her little biography or hagiography, she pretty much gonna give you the blueprint on how to preside over her because she's giving you her background. So
let me ask you this, because a lot of brothers and men complain, because you know over here, this sector YouTube is called what we call the manosphere. You heard of that term, or the black manosphere? Have you heard about that part of YouTube? That's kind of what me and Jap are kind of into. And it's the part of YouTube. It's a part of black YouTube, but it's a certain section of YouTube that's more concerned with, you know, men's rights and men's ideas and the complaints that black men have. And one of the things that I always hear black men, and I talked about this also, is that, you know, black women don't really have a lot of respect for them. It's easier for them to deal with other races of women. You know, black women, they're too hard to deal with. And when I listen to somebody like you, I don't even hear anything remotely it doesn't even exist in your world. It don't even exist in, I mean, I heard your boy Freeze. It don't even exist. That's like uncommon. What are you talking about? It's like foreign. Why do you don't have this problem but brothers who are a little bit frustrated with dealing with African American women, and you come from the same situation, like your dad wasn't there, stuff like that. But why is it that these brothers are having these problems with the women that they're coming across, and somebody like you don't?
Well, when you say problems with the black woman, just to be honest with you, like I said, women give problems. Women have problems. Okay. And as a man, you're supposed to be the solution, a living solution, and you're supposed to produce a solution for the woman or women that you might be presiding over. A woman is not going to produce a problem that's greater than the solution that is within me. For the solution that is within me is greater than any problem that a woman can produce. Okay. And as long as you have this mentality, as a man thinketh, so is he. So, when I come into a situation, I already know that I got the game that, is the solution to whatever problem that this woman has. She might think that this problem is the greatest definition of a Euroclidon. She might think that, this situation is, just so, fucked up that, we can't produce anything out of it. And that's when I come into play. All her shortcomings, besetments, and disappointments, it gives me an opportunity to manifest the game. In other words, that's when she gets to find out the benefit of me being an asset and a benefit to her life, because I am beneficial. The information that I have, this game, it's the game. You know what I mean? When the reason why you don't see people like Freeze or myself, damn man, and the black bitch this and the black bitch that, the black woman that, is because that's weak shit to us. We're not going to allow no woman, no matter what the fuck her color is, to be greater than this game. You're not going to produce a problem that's greater than this solution. What's the solution? This motherfucking game. Okay. So, you know what I mean? As much as, you got an attitude, you in your little ways or whatever, you're going to submit to me. And if you don't do what I want you to do, then you're not going to be around me. It's simple to us. You know what I mean? If she don't desire to do what I instruct her to do, tell her what to do, then she don't need to be around me. You know what I mean? Period. Because I'm the best definition of valuable. I'm the best definition of important. And once she doesn't think that, or if she's not on one accord with that, then she needs to get the fuck away from me. You know what I mean? Period. Because there's billions of women out here. There's billions of her, but there's only one of me. You know what I mean? And I got that mentality towards white women, black women, Mexican women, you know what I mean? The fake Jews, the real Jews, you know what I'm saying? I got that towards him, them, everybody. It's only one me. And that's the mentality of a P, period. It's only one me. You know what I mean? Your pussy, the pleasure of your pussy, the pleasure of your head will never be greater than basically this game. And I live by this game. You know what I'm saying? I've lost this, I've lost that. I've lost time in my life because of this game. And I'll be damned if I disrespect myself and this game because of your little ways. You was a servant. So you have to have a mentality of a king. You're supposed to be sitting over here, you know what I mean, being a woman to me. You're supposed to produce my greatness. You're supposed to produce my game. You're supposed to produce more, you know what I mean, joy and peace. And if you're not doing that in my life, then you need to get the fuck out of my life. So no, pimps don't have that problem. No. No matter what, black, white, well, whatever, you know what I mean, ethnicity, whatever she in, it don't matter.
Okay. So let me just do this, man, because seeing, like I said, this is the best, I know this is the best interview I've ever done with anybody.
Yeah.
I feel like I was a good interviewer, man. I was letting you, I know you.
Hell yeah, we talking as brothers. It just flow like this.
Okay, because I know.
Yeah, I should just flow.
Yeah.
No rehearse shit, no papers. I like it like this.
Okay. So
ask me anything.
So this is what I'm gonna do, man, because I would like for you to. I know you're busy and everything like that, because we can't cover everything. Because your catalog is so strong and so long, man. It's not impossible to do it all at once. And I would like for you to be able to come back because we have hit the goal of the 1,500 subscribers. So again, let me
Okay.
just do a call like we had at church. The last call of the altar. Who has not subscribed to SinFul's channel? If you have not, hit number one. I want you to press one. Press one in the chat right now if you have not subscribed, because what we do is if you have not subscribed, I have the moderators, and we've been dropping the link all day. And what we want is, because we got some haters trying to take my man down and trying to stop his progression and what he's trying to do with his platform. So one, okay, so that's one person thing. I would strongly advise you to look at the link in the chat and when you hit the link in the chat, click on it and hit the subscribe button, and then hit the bell on his channel. So that way, when he does go live, you can be able to get his content and support. And again, so I want to thank SinFul, and say I know we could definitely get you to come back. But just let everybody know, because there's some other stuff I want to say, but I don't want to give it all to him at once, because I'll space this shit out for these niggas, make them wait.
Yeah.
What else do you like to say, man, before we head on out today to the subscribers, to some of the people who have been touched by this today? Anything else that you like to say to them, or?
Well, I say to everybody that subscribes, just come with an open mind, because, me, I don't talk about pimping all the time. You might come through, I might be talking about religion. I might be talking about, a big head bitch with a ass, that's bigger than 3 planets. I might be sitting up there talking about, politics, religiosity, issues within society, and also giving just a lot of, information and inspiration, man. So our conversation is different over at my family, you know what I mean? And the reason why I say family is because people really know more about SinFul The P than they know about their own family members. You know what I mean? That I separated myself. They know about everything. Even though Oshay was like, oh no, Sin, you did that. Yeah, everybody know I did a video one time. I do a video about pimping and hoeing. Then I might do another video called, women, ladies, do you enjoy anal sex? And do you like swallowing? And the thumbnail and everything, I can't help it. You know what I mean? My content. So, you might come over there and the ladies is calling in, talking about how good they like to suck dick, lick balls, get teabagged, and some more motherfucking shit. You know what I'm saying? You might have a woman talking about how she like to get dick down and some more shit. We be talking about everything, man. So, you know what I mean? From hypocrisy in society to hypocrisy within religiosity, about how niggas be getting currency out this pussy, or basically how, counterfeits and the fraudulent reap off the benefits of the ignorant. And to keep these counterfeits and fraudulent motherfuckers from reaping off the benefits of people being ignorant, that's the reason why I'm giving you the authentic, and also representation for people that's really in it as well, giving you this game, because whether you in church, whether you work a 9 to 5, this game is so impeccable that it's pretty much applicable to anything that you do in life. So a person might say, I don't want to be a pimp. I don't want to be a hoe. But at the same particular time, the information is so valid. The information is so powerful. You could apply it to what you do, and it'd be beneficial to you. So many women have come to me and say, Sin, I appreciate, the information that you've given, because I was being manipulated by so many, guys. As I've taught them, there's a difference between a male and a man. So a lot of women, after learning different definitions, the correct definition of what a man is and the correct definition of what a male is that just professes to be a man, most of them, after hearing the correct definition of what a man is, they now realize that in all reality, I've never been with a man. I was with a male that was professing to be a man, and because the relationship or the situationship ended up turning into a battleship, I was judging the whole population of men because of the bad representation of this male that professes to be a man. So, you know what I mean? Everybody, man, come through, you know what I mean? Fuck with me, bring your big head ass over to the channel, you know, when I go live. And oh yeah, Oshay gonna have to fuck with me at my channel too. He gonna definitely have to come fuck with me one time, you know what I mean, over there. Jab everybody, man.
Yeah, I could talk about some square shit over there, man. Like calculus, how to clean your pencils and shit, how to do subtraction, division, and all. You know, I could do all of that, man. So I just want to say, you know, again, you know what I'm saying. Like, you can learn a lot from just anybody. You know what I mean. And you know, you guys know my lifestyle, and you know, but we are a lot more closer than some people may think, because you know we both come from very similar environments, and we both come from church, and so man, we have a lot to talk about.
Hold on. Let me say this. Yeah. Okay, some of my people then came in here. Yeah, Robin brought her big head ass up in here. Shout out to Robin, Yam, David, everybody that come from my channel. I want y'all to sit up there and fuck with Oshay. I need y'all to fuck with Oshay. Hit the subscribe button. You know, man, he been a blessing to me, and I'm gonna be a blessing to bro. I want everybody from my channel to go ahead and subscribe. Some of y'all should already know about Oshay. I mean, damn, you know what I mean? Oshay funny than a motherfucker. He's very intelligent. You're gonna like his content as well. So go ahead and subscribe to him. Okay, I see Mr. Unique 74 up in here. Good to see you, bro. But yeah, I want everybody, you know, to subscribe, you know, to the channel. Also, let me just get this in. Okay. If y'all like, David don't know what the fuck he talking about as far as, you know, cause this nigga, bro, he think that Cisco vocally is better than KC, and we go back at this all the motherfucking time. So even though he don't know what the fuck he talking about as far as R&B, he know what he talking about as far as relationships and stuff. So y'all can go ahead also, man, and subscribe to David J's big head ass as well. Minister Jap that came up here, tell him about the website. Oh yeah, my website. You know what I mean? It just got started. It's not done. Go to SinFulThep.net. That's SinFulThep.
Okay, right there.
P.net. I always like to say it slow because, you know, motherfuckers be like, man, say it again. So, nigga, you saying it fast as hell. Nigga be like, S. But yeah, man, I definitely appreciate it coming over here. And see, one day I'm gonna have to come through, and you're gonna have to allow your people to attack me. You know, attack me with, it might be a woman that heard this today, but like, this a bunch of bullshit. Pimps ain't shit. Nigga, fuck you in this motherfucking Easter ass suit, nigga. You ain't about nothing, nigga. And Oshay, you wrong for bringing this motherfucking Dr. Do You Wrong ass nigga up in this motherfucker with this pink suit. I'll take that nigga tie and smack the shit out of him talking that pimp shit to me. You understand me, nigga? I wish I would see you in the streets, nigga. You know what I mean? So you might have a woman or even a guy, nigga. If I ever seen you outside talking to my daughter, or talking to my wife, or talking to my baby mama, nigga, I found out about that shit, nigga, on Crip, nigga, on Bloods, nigga, I'm beating your ass. I'm getting all in your ass. So, you know, we're gonna have to open up the phone lines and allow motherfuckers, you know what I mean, to get at me, you know what I mean, and give them a chance to say something derogatory, negative, you know what I mean, about this pimp game. And what I will say is, just have an open mind. After you curse me out, and after I listen to you, please just give me the opportunity to respond back and let me speak without you interrupting me, and we could do that, and that'd be lovely. And whenever bro willing to bring me back, we'll sit up there and do it.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that, and definitely, you know what I'm saying. I want to again shout out to Minister Jap. I think he's getting ready to go live. You know, right after this, I'm gonna go out in the cold and get me some drinks because it's snowing out there, but after listening to this, I'm gonna go out here and try to get me a white woman tonight. Go out there and chill. But man, again, man, man, I got a lot of love for you, man. You've been, you are definitely a unique character. You true to yourself. I mean, a lot of people may not like the fact that you was preaching, and I even heard somebody say, "Man, he need to get back into the pulpit. He need to, do this and do that." But I like the fact that you are very transparent. You know what I'm saying? That you admit what you've been through, and where you were bad, where you at now. So I like that. I like that because you just said you hate shit in the beginning, and I like people like that, man. I think that's good. So we're gonna definitely parlay. Japan's getting ready to go live right after this, and I'm definitely gonna call you. I'm gonna try to get. I'm gonna see as soon as I get through. I'm definitely gonna call you, man. And Jap gonna get on right now. So everybody go over support Mr. Jap. Again, Sin, this is the best. Listen, dog. I had some cold niggas on my channel. Alan Roger Curry, Donovan Sharp, Rom. And this interview was interesting, and even I hate to say that, it was more interesting than even them. And the fact, because I think that your lifestyle was so different, it was so intriguing to people how it was. So this has been the best interview I've ever done. It's no disrespect to them, man. And I've had some really big interviews on this channel, man.
Yeah, you have had some big interviews. That's why I said that's a big statement.
To say, yeah. In this channel, I got 700 videos on private. This channel is actually a channel that got over 15 million views. So I done worked with a lot of niggas in the state, and that's including a lot of people that I really, but this is the best one I ever did. Seriously, this is gonna be hard to beat.
Now, thanks, man, before we leave, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the questions that you asked, do you feel or do you know, did I answer?
Hell yeah, you answered the motherfuckers. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was. Dog, you're the perfect person to interview because number one, you like to talk, and when you say something, you go into great detail. So that's what makes me like I try to set myself a great interviewer. So when I have somebody like you, it makes it really easy, man. So it's a very easy interview for me because you like to talk and you're very good at what you're doing. So it's good, man. We're a good team.
I appreciate that. That's all I wanted to know. You know what I mean? And that's exactly why, first of all, let me say this to my family. This was, of course, I learned the OBS shit, but I didn't have to mess with the OBS shit because it was Oshay that taught me, that gave me the knowledge on the Google Hangouts. And that's why last night you seen me, Johnny Cash, you seen Freeze, you seen Danky, and you seen us doing the same thing that me and Oshay is doing right now. Because for the longest, whenever I would do an interview or a video with somebody else, you would always hear the audio, but you would never see the visual of the other individual that I would do the videos with. And because of Oshay, now, that has changed. So I want you guys to always remember, I want you to always do what I do. Whenever somebody give me some game, I'm appreciative of the game. And I always make known who gave the game to me. Now, he might sit up there and call me and get the game on this pimp shit, this lifestyle and this life shit, and even we talk about the word as well, too. We don't just talk about the game. But we might talk about that, but at the same particular time, just keeping that shit all the way 100. When it comes to this computer shit, how to get that bag and all of that, the knowledge about this computer shit, everybody and their mama, I ain't gonna expose a lot of niggas, but everybody and their mama getting game from Oshay. So, Oshay is that dude. So like I said, remember anybody from my family, I already taught you, everybody in your life is supposed to be official and beneficial. If you're fellowshipping, associating, communicating, fornicating with somebody that you're not accumulating something that's beneficial to you, you need to delete that individual, out of your phone right now, immediately. If they're not adding anything to your life, let that shit go. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? Oshay gave that knowledge. So I just wanted to put that out there, man.
Let me basically ask this. One of my moderators from Minnesota, he shout out to Anti-Gravity.
Hold on. Let me say this because I know he gonna want to hear this. He hung up. I was gonna tell because Johnny Cash like you, but go ahead.
Oh, Johnny. Oh, yeah. I seen him last night. Okay, shout out to Johnny Cash. He says this. He said, "Man, what's your thoughts about the Instagram hoes that be like, selling pussy, getting flew off of Dubai and all this shit? What's your thoughts about that?"
Hold on, say that again. The Instagram.
Yeah, like
Instagram. First of all, I didn't know Instagram hoes existed. It's just pimps and hoes. It's not Facebook hoes, Instagram hoes. Let me explain. Let me just give this so you guys can have understanding. Damn near every woman that you see, even in this comment section, outside the comment section, damn near every broad that you see is capable or will prostitute. Okay? There's a difference from being a hoe and a prostitute. Any woman, damn near every female, you know what I'm saying, will prostitute if they were put in the right circumstance. I'm not saying all of them, but damn near all of them. If you put them in the right circumstance, they will sell their time, they will sell their behind, they will sell pussy. The same one that said, I would never do this, I would never do that. If you put her in the right financial crisis, that bitch will sit up there and suck the dick of a nigga that look like 8-Ball with no MJG. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? So don't fall for that. That's an Oscar award performance. Okay? Damn near every woman will prostitute. And a prostitute is nothing but a woman who's willing to communicate, fornicate, just to accumulate whatever she's desiring to accumulate. You might be a wife married to your husband, and you might tell your husband, until you do this or until you do that, don't ask me for this. Don't ask me for no head. Don't ask me for no pussy. Don't try to rub on my ass or anything until you do this for the kids or till you buy me this or do this for that. Whether she knows it or not, the spirit of prostitution is in her marriage. This is a man that you supposed to made a covenant with God with, and you telling him that he can't enter into his wife until he do something to buy something. That's the spirit of prostitution right there. So like I said, damn near all of these women are prostitutes. Now, when it comes to being a hoe is a woman that is complying and applying to the information and instructions that a pimp is giving every day. Her mentality is, how can I please the pimpin'? How could I make more money than what I made yesterday? I need to read about this and read about that because that'll make my conversation better. And that's how I become a greater hoe, because I'll be able to talk to men of all walks of life. So I'll be able to seduce and reduce men for everything that they got in all walks of motherfucking life. You know what I'm saying? So a hoe is somebody who thinks about pleasing, submitting continuously on a daily to some pimping. She don't just give currency, she gives her loyalty in totality. This is a hoe. Any female that professes to be a woman could be a prostitute, but not every female that professes to be a woman could be a hoe. Every piece of gold got to go through the fire, and every bitch ain't gonna be willing to go through the fire. So, many profess to be hoes. Our definition of hoes in the pimp game is way different than what squares consider to be a hoe in the ghetto. They think that a slut is a hoe. That's not a hoe. If she's not sitting over there putting her life in danger, seducing and reducing strangers every goddamn night, making sure a pimp's trap is right, she's not a motherfucking hoe. The lifestyle is called pimping and hoeing. See that and? Pimping and hoeing. That's the conjunction. Pimping and hoeing. That means that she can't produce no hoeing until she allow pimping to do some pimping in her life. If she does not have a pimp, she is not a hoe. She's a prostitute, a square ass prostitute, or a lost perplexed renegade that thinks she's a hoe, but you not no hoe if you ain't got no pimp. So I just wanted to give understanding. And as far as this Instagram hoe shit, no, ain't no Instagram hoes. It's just little dots and square ass prostitutes, you know what I mean, on Instagram, you know what I mean, doing their thing. You know what I mean? That's it. But I just had to put that out there for a minute, Oshay. I ain't want to take up too much time, but there's a distinction. I wanted to give them that distinction.
I just got educated on that too. So now I know really what a hoe is. After 36 years, I finally figured this shit out. So thank you.
If she don't have a pimp, if she not sitting over there, you understand me, fulfilling the prerequisites, you know, of the game, fucking with some pimping, she not no hoe. Period. She's not no hoe. She could sell pussy from Brazil to Israel and back from here to here. If that bitch ain't sitting over there, you understand me, putting it in a pimp's pocket. Hey, I'm gonna just put it like this in the spirit of simplicity. If a pimp didn't count it, bitch, it don't count. If a pimp didn't count it, bitch, it don't count. Anything that the bitch ever done, if a pimp didn't count it, it didn't count. Be like, man, she got a mansion. If a pimp didn't count it, it didn't count. She just broke Donald Trump, you know what I mean, for 100 mil. If a pimp don't count it, it don't count. And our lifestyle, it doesn't mean nothing. It's pimping and hoeing. So if she not paying pimping, the bitch don't even matter. You know what I mean? She not gonna matter until she sit up there and choose up on some pimping. That's it.
Okay. So now I understand. Dang, I see it.
Okay, was it?
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
No, that was it, man. Is there anything?
No, I was trying to find out before we leave. Was it anybody else? Because you know what I mean. I still had a little bit of time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If they had another question.
Man, let me do this real quick. So we have. I can give about 20 more minutes. And I think I see a lot of people that's in here that haven't been in here, but you know, I see a lot of new people. Get the likes up, man. This is what I need to do. So I'm running a restroom. I'm gonna ask you a question, and you just talk to them like this is your channel while I'm in the restroom and get my coffee back on, man. Because we're gonna come back and we're gonna give you about if you got 30 minutes, I'll give these niggas 30 minutes. If you got 30 minutes, I'll give them 30 more.
30 more what?
If you got 20 more minutes, if you got 20, 30 minutes.
Hold on. Let's get their ass 20 more minutes then.
We give you guys 20 more minutes, but only if I see you niggas over there subscribing to my man Sin's channel. So he gonna have to get something out of this, because again, you're gonna have to break yourself for these subscribers. Subscription. Like you said, break your first subscription. So let me ask you this, Sin. In this particular case, and I want to get to some of the other stuff in the other place, but I saw some of the videos, man, that, you know, one thing I will say about you is you do not glorify, like you're not trying to tell anybody to do this, because let me kind of ask you this, man, on some personal stuff. Knowing what you have been through in the life, would you do it over again? Knowing what you know.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell motherfucking yeah. Even with all the lies, the slander, them trying to bring me down, them trying to take away my following, them trying to turn people against me. Hell motherfucking yeah, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'll do this shit again and again. You know what I mean? I had a lot of fun, you know, in the lifestyle, and not just, you know, the materialistic things and the women and, you know what I mean, the money and the sexual pleasure and all of that type of shit, but just being 100, you know, I love the simple things, you know, being able to just go to another state that you didn't know nothing about, and you go to that state that you don't know nothing about, you don't know the people, you know what I mean? And you don't know the people, you don't know none of that. And Shay, you just go there on faith. Okay. You know, as you know, the scripture, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. We call them things which be not as though they were. Faith come by hearing and hearing by the word. You done heard this a million times. But to actually be in carnality and still be applying that incarnality, and it works. You go to a whole nother state, holeless, doleless. You could be even homeless at that time.
Right.
But the pimping, the game is so impeccable that when you touch down in this other state, whether it been by a vehicle, a Greyhound, a plane, wherever, and you go talk to a total stranger that you didn't even know that was gonna be your next hoe. You might be at the fucking laundromat and you was preparing, you know what I mean, to wash your clothes for tonight. Cause man, it's Saturday night, you know what I mean, I'm gonna be out here, man, you know what I mean, on this downtown, you know what I mean, Minneapolis or downtown Chicago, or, you know what I mean, I'm gonna be in this Louisville, I'm gonna be down here on this 4th Street, you know, whatever. And to be in the laundromat and this woman just come to you and you could be humming or singing or something, or maybe you was talking and she initiated a conversation and it go from talking about this to now talking about pimping and hoeing, and you end up sending that same woman, you know what I mean, that week to do some hoeing, you know what I mean? Like the shit is just, the lifestyle is just mind blowing. You know what I mean? Like how you went from this extreme and you spoke a word and you changed your circumstance just by speaking the word. How you now, didn't have a house, you might didn't have a car, you didn't have but $2 to your name. Now a month later, you got $40,000, $50,000. You know what I mean? You're sitting over there banked up. You know what I mean? Now you're thinking about, you know, what house, what area you about to get your crib in, or what dealership you about to hit up and shit. And that's why I say the lifestyle of pimping and hoeing is just like different than any other lifestyle, like period. You know, but yeah, but go ahead. The dude, he asked the question.
Yeah, the dude asked a question, and I'm gonna ask Brian Jenkins question. Shout out to my man out of Alabama, and then Maddie Ghost, what up, Sin family? And so my people, man, if you in here, get the likes up, man. Y'all know how we do over here.
Break yourself.
Break yourself for the likes, nigga. Let me ask you this, and I got a question to ask you, because I want you to tell them about that Minneapolis story, because there's certain things, you know, when I listen to your channel, there's certain stories. No matter how many videos that I watch, I remember these like it had, like I was there watching you doing the shit. I mean, I wasn't, but it's so vivid.
Yeah.
I want you to tell them about how when you got out and you went to Minneapolis and you went to Starbucks and shit. We got to talk about that story, because that was like, it was a magnificent story. I mean, I never. It's like a movie could write it better than that. But let me ask you about this. My man Brian Jenkins wants to know: do you view gold diggers to be renegade hoes? And while you answering that, I'm gonna just go to the restroom real quick and get some coffee and finish up the rest of these last 20.
Go ahead, Shay. I got it.
Okay. So let's just go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna handle this while you're gone. But to Brian, do you view gold diggers to be renegade hoes? And let me respond back to my brother Brian. Brian, let me tell you this. First of all, renegade hoes doesn't exist. If she's a hoe, that means that she's actively playing some pimping. If she's a renegade, that means that she currently right now doesn't have any pimping. So there's no such thing as a renegade hoe. A gold digger can be a woman that she's not a hoe. You know what I mean? There's women, there's females in the comment section now outside. They're gold diggers, but they're not hoes. You know, majority of the girls right now on Instagram, Facebook, in the streets, they looking for a rapper. They looking for a celebrity. They looking for a basketball player, somebody like Future, somebody like Drake. They looking for them niggas to make a mistake, you know, for the bitch to come in his life and hopefully she could get pregnant, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And she could, basically get him for the child support or whatever. But no, it's not the same mentality, you know, of a hoe. Hold on for a minute. My shit then went blank. But no, gold diggers are just as lost as the renegades because they don't have a pimp, you know what I mean? And I will say this, certain women are renegading for different reasons. You know, she might have been with a pimp, He might have got killed or died, or he might be in prison. And currently right now, she just don't have no folks. And she just waiting on the game to bless her. That's a different circumstance. But for the renegades that, don't desire a pimp, categorizing pimps to be what she done seen on television, or she categorizing the whole population of pimps because of that bad representation that she had. So now she like, fuck all pimps. She just got a bad vibe, a bad connotation towards the whole pimp congregation. You know what I mean? This is what we consider, she's a faggot. She just hate the pimping. You know what I mean? She abhors the pimping. And we wouldn't even put her in the same bracket as a gold digger, because you might have somebody that is endeavoring to get rich off a celebrity, a rapper, or actor, but she don't have no hatred towards the pimping. She don't even have no knowledge of the pimping. For if she did, she would be fucking with the pimping. Hold on. How do you avoid the pimping and pandering law, the pitfalls? Easy, by listening to dumb motherfuckers like me and the innumerable amount of mistakes that I've made. And after you listening to my dumb ass talk about all the dumb ass shit that I've done, y'all gonna say, I don't want to be stupid like Sin. I don't want to be a dumb motherfucker like Sinful. So, I can listen to get the information from what he did, and I'll look at him as a proverb on what not to do. So because I listen to people like Sinful, I don't have to repeat that history. Now that I got the information, I have an opportunity to make history instead of repeat it. But you avoid misunderstandings by getting an outstanding understanding about what to do and what not to do. Hold on, let me look for another All-Star Weekend. Yeah, David, All-Star Weekend definitely was full of gold diggers. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. Hold on. Yam, I appreciate you. I see you, Yam. I see you in there working. Shout out to my boy Yam for fucking with me. Miss Net then brought her fine ass up in here. Okay, my boy back.
Yeah, man,
Now I will say this, Shay, because I keep it all the way 100. Because I'm doing the Google Hangout with Shay. I've been doing this on my phone. Y'all know I'm ghetto. So I only got 5% left. So that 5% on the Note 8 probably give me a good 6 to 8 minutes.
Okay. We're trying to wrap it up there right now. So again, I want to just, a lot of my people who didn't know who you were know who you were. My boy Brandon Jones, I don't know if you know, his brother is Chris Jones of the Pump Chasers channel. Have you ever heard of him before?
Say that again, bro.
Pump Chasers.
The Pump? No.
Yeah, that's the bodybuilder dude got like 400,000 subscribers. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's a big time man. So shout out to Brandon Jones and Chris Jones. They're big part of this side of YouTube. So seeing, man, like I said, you came over here and blessed us over here today, and you had some impactful stories. We gonna have to get that Minneapolis story when we come back. But I know you only have
whenever you ready.
Okay,
whenever you want it. And we go ahead.
No, and before we get married, hey, y'all don't know, Sin got these because I can do. Everybody know about my pastor impression and shit, but you got a cold one too, man. Like you got some Sin can do some impersonations like a motherfucker, like sanctified preacher impressions, niggas from New Orleans. So I was talking to Sin about doing some skits and shit, man. So y'all, anything's liable to come out. Sin got, man, I'm talking about like Eddie Murphy impersonation skills, man. So I don't know if they know that about you, but
oh no, they know, bro. Trust me, they know. At least the family, especially, they really know. But just keeping that thing all the way real. You cold with it. Oshay is cold with it. He's being modest right now. Y'all make sure, and I'm about to tell you, for my family that's not really familiar with his content, make sure y'all see this. I want everybody and their mama to go watch Oshay. Oshay did a video called The Adventures of Reverend Do Your Own, Part 1. Then I want you to watch The Adventures of Reverend Do Your Own, Part 2. Okay? And I want you to, I think you did a 3, didn't you?
I haven't done the 3 yet, but I'm gonna do the 3.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Once you do that, once you look at Oshay do Part 1 and Part 2, The Adventures of Reverend Do You Wrong, you're gonna be like, you know what? I fuck with this nigga. At first, I didn't know what to think. He had this skull cap on. He was looking like another member of Dial's Effects. I didn't know what was going on with Oshay, but I'm gonna fuck with him. This nigga is stupid, and not only is he stupid, he's comical, but he's saying some things that's logical that I can agree with. So I gotta fuck with him. I got to.
All right, man. And, again,
y'all gotta fuck with you. Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Curie and Nico for the $5 chat. Again, Sin, thank you, man. Man, this is a big interview, man. And a lot of people really wish that the battery wouldn't die, but look, we're gonna bring Sin back, man. We know y'all because people gonna be emailing me. And when you gonna, because everybody's asking, when you gonna bring SinFul The P? When you gonna bring SinFul The P on? My boy Steve the Dean in here. When you gonna bring Sin on? When you gonna bring Sin on? All right, we got y'all Sin. And it really was before we go. The Sin was like we was having a regular conversation, and Sin was like, "Nigga, this is something we should be talking about on YouTube, nigga." I was like, "All right, look, man, let me go home and get the sit to set." He the one told me. He's like, "Look, man, this is we could be talking about on the motherfucking hangout." So we brought y'all to hang out, man. So I just really appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you for the knowledge that you have. You educated me so much in the short time that I've known you, and thank you for lacing me with the game also. So I, as I'm growing and understanding, you know, some things that I've never been through, but I see it now very clear from your point of view. So, Sin, I'm gonna hit you up right now. We're gonna go to ministry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sin.
Let me just say this: it's been a great pleasure to come on. But just like you guys subscribe to the SinFul World channel, I'm not doing anything at the SinFul The P channel right now because I'm not able to go live. You know, these sassy ass niggas been on one accord to try to destroy and minimize what I've done. And because of the wisdom of Minister Jap, my brother told me, Sin, because I was just going to do some uploads, to put up some inspirational uploads to keep the channel growing and do some things. He said, Sin, you don't want to do that. You already got 2 strikes and just maintain the channel. So because of the love of my brother, and I'm going to listen to the wisdom of Minister Jap, and I won't be doing no videos at the SinFul The P channel for about 89 days. So if you want content from me, you got to go to the SinFul World channel, but you can subscribe to the SinFul The P channel because when the 89 days is up, oh, it's going to be lit and we coming out. And I appreciate my brother Oshay for fucking with me and allowing me to talk to all y'all, and blessings to Minister Jap. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Everybody from my channel, from both channels, y'all subscribe to Oshay, and you ain't gonna be upset. You're gonna be like, man, that Oshay nigga funny as a motherfucker. You understand, man? Y'all make sure that y'all break y'allself next time. You know, man, when you see somebody like Oshay and me coming together, hey, man, whether it's $1, $2, $5, $10, a whole bunch of ones beat a whole bunch of nuns any day. You know what I mean? So just get comfortable breaking yourselves, man. Go ahead.
No, that's true, man. And again, Sin, thanks again. And Jeff's getting ready to go live. And send him a call you, man, as soon as we get off here and everything like that. And yeah, this is one of the best interviews that you know, definitely the stutter. I had a nigga named Stuttering Kev that I forgot about. This one nigga stuttered the whole interview. See, and I'm about to sing you that nigga stuttered the whole entire time. But this was good, man. It was good because I don't think people was really ready for this one. So again, man, shout out.
This is kind of like one of my first interviews. And you was a blessing to me, man. This shit just flowed, you know. And, you know, if people really listen, you know, they'll get a pure understanding of how I went from spirituality to carnality within the streets. You know what I mean? So just listen with a listening ear, and you won't be perplexed at all about how I went from spirituality to carnality, how I backslid, how I subsided and didn't abide in Christ. and then afterwards, you know what I mean, what I went to in the streets. So just listen, get you some game about yourself, and now don't be no pimp. You know what I mean? Fuck all of that. Don't be participating in any lifestyle that can take away your existence and give you a prison sentence. I'm not encouraging none of that, but take the information and apply it, you know what I mean, to how you preside over women, or women use the information so you won't get basically manipulated by people who use manipulation to charm and disarm you out some good ass pussy. All right, man, you know what I mean? Go ahead.
All right, fam. I'm gonna holler at you. And thanks again for the show, man. Everybody else. Minister Jap getting ready to go live real quick, so let's go over to Jap's channel and help support him. And thank you for people from SinFul's channel for coming over and watching it. And we out this bitch. Peace.
One.